Hey everyone, welcome to an Easter special Sunday night geekery. So happy Easter to everyone. Happy Passover. Those who celebrated Passover a few days ago, earlier in the week. Hope you guys all had a great week. So let's welcome our panel. And of course, ladies first. So we've got the ever awesome, it's Courtney here. Hi, Courtney.
Hello, everybody. Oh, you put up, I love that. Done by Hungry Boy. Hey, everyone.
Hi, good morning.
Hope everyone's having a great day. Happy
Yeah.
Easter, happy Passover, all that good.
And we've got CPO. I'm going to say C3PO these days, Pat S, but that's just my Star Wars brain going. But I say that every week. But hail to Pat S, and I don't have an overlay or something cool for you, Pat. I got to get something.
We'll have to work on it, man. Maybe I'll send a message to Fed for Hire because he loves us all, and maybe he can make me a cool lightning shrimp, so then it looks like you could put on the side of a World War II bomber. That'd be pretty hip.
Some kind of cool overlay, so I can I can do something like cool that Hungry Boy did this. When you come on, yeah.
Hey Mark, how can we wait before we go to Klobby? How come we didn't watch like Baskin and Rev kind of Easter thing before now? How come you didn't do a showing? How come we didn't see like Snoopy hiding Easter eggs? Were we just too busy this weekend? That'd have been
very
pretty
busy
cool.
this weekend.
Fair enough.
Very busy. Fair enough. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to step on Klobby's intro. Go ahead.
No. Yeah, we got to introduce. We've got an intro for him.
Hey, everybody! Good to see you.
Eat a lot
Happy
of
Easty.
Do you eat a lot of orange candy today?
No, sir. I just had some my mom's stewed chicken and some green beans and corn. That's about it. Now have me some candy and some chips here because it is Easter. I had to have some candy, right?
Gotta have some candy, right? Yeah. If you don't have candy, it's big trouble. Big trouble.
Hershey Symphony Bar. I love those. Even though.
You like the one with the toffee and the almonds, right? Not the plain toffee.
No. I hate the plain one. I hate them ones with no almonds.
Okay.
It's a Symphony Bar. You know what? It's weird. You can't get the plain one anywhere. They're tough to find. The almonds one is easy to find.
Right.
I don't know why.
So let me say hi to Raiden Radio.
Raiden Radio.
Hell. And someone new to the channel, so much appreciated. Of course, they have an awesome Phantom Outsider.
Hi, Raven Radio. Hi, Phantom. Hi, Brian. Sorry.
Brian Hepburn. Great to see you tonight.
Hey, Brian.
Happy Easter. So good to see him. And I did start a Patreon. So Brian is one of my Patreons. So thank you for Patreon number two.
Hey Mark, what do we get on Patreon if we subscribe to your Patreon and become a member?
Well, we're gonna give away some 3D printed stuff.
We get to use his bathroom. Same toothbrush, all that stuff.
When Mark lets you house sit, you can play with his toys, but only in the basement, not the good ones.
Only if you find me an Iggy Pop Funko.
Oh yeah. They do make one, so yeah.
Yeah, they do.
I guess next time I come across,
I know they do.
I will grab one. I'll tell my buddy in
my birthday's coming up,
Nashville to see. Yep. And RC Scott, new sub. So thank you, RC Scott. Much appreciated. Always love hearing new subs. Oh, and Das Wolfen is here. Happy Easter. He says hello. And your Muslim uncle says happy Easter and Passover, everyone. Thank you for that.
Uncle.
Hey, Uncle.
You're doing well. Oh, and Das Wolfen says he has zero candy. Well, Das Wolfen, I want to tell you to run out to the store to get candy, but you missed the show. But everyone should have candy on Easter. But
oh man,
Das Wolfen, don't listen to Mark. Go like tomorrow.
We'll wait for you.
Half price.
Yeah, it's half price. Yeah.
If you want to go get some now, we'll wait for you, dude.
Yeah, we'll wait. Yeah. And hail to Dave. Happy Easter, Dave.
Dave.
And Small Time Republic. Well, the gang's all rolling in. Great to see you.
Hey.
Oh, look. The great wrench is here. Eric K.
Eric
K. What's up, bro? Eric K. It's a special occasion. You should come hang with us one of these nights.
Yeah, if you want. Yeah,
he's got I'm moving downstairs, so I'll be right back.
And there's Eric K's Kirby, who's getting bigger and bigger by the day. He's probably twice that size by now. But yeah, very cute. Pepperoni, as Raquel would say. So yeah, Eric has the link in the Twitters. So yeah, he's always an open invite when he whenever can make it. I'm sure he'll hop in. So.
Why did Eric K. Mark? Do you know this? Why did Eric K. name his dog after a big pink Nintendo character whose superpower is to suck everything up with his vacuum?
I think he named him after something more along this line that was created by the great Jack Kirby. So yeah, I think.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense. Okay.
Yeah, I think this is. Yeah,
I'm guessing he is the bronze wrencher.
I was going to say I expect more from Eric K. He's a classy guy. So.
Oh, Kirby's cool
the
too,
name
right?
of Kirby. Are you implying something about the name of the great king of comics?
No. I was making fun of pink figures and in Nintendo games.
I guarantee you, Kirby's far more. I know that character's fairly well known. Would you if you just put the word Kirby in the search though? What happens?
I would assume Jack comes up first, my friend.
Let's see. Well, let us find out.
Okay.
Oh, and Das Wolfen says, unless it's sugar-free, I can't have candy. Well, sorry for telling you to go to the store then, buddy.
Yeah, don't do that then. It's not worth it.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
Das Wolfen, when I was worried about my sugar, which knock on wood is okay, I did a few of the sugar-free Jolly Ranchers. Not bad, man. If you don't mind a fruity candy.
And I guess fruit has just got a ton of sugar in it too, so that's
Yeah.
Or like I used to drink a ton of orange juice. I went to a nutritionist. I said, "Well, I don't really drink much alcohol or beer." I'm like, "How much? What do you drink?" Like, well, probably like a couple of gallons of orange juice during the week. But that's healthy, right? And of course, I'm not a nutritionist, just saying. But she's like, "You realize how much sugar is in a glass of orange juice?" I'm like, "Oh, how much?"
Oof.
Well, maybe,
dude, Mexican Iron Man and Dr. Dega Outlaw got me off of all those bad because I was like you, Mark. I would be like, I'll have some juice. That's kind of healthy. And then instead of drinking regular Coke, I'll drink 10 gallons of Diet Coke a week. And it's like, yeah, dude, aspartame's almost as bad for your sugar.
Well, this is the sugar, just the orange juice sugar.
Right.
So then what I do too now, I'll fill my glass all the way up and I'll put like a couple tablespoons of orange juice in, just so it's not.
There we go.
Just a little flavoring, but just not.
That there is a special type of sugar that does help you lose weight. It's called M&M sugar.
M&M sugar, yeah.
If you eat at least about 5 to 6 bags of M&Ms a day, you will absolutely burn the calories.
Mike, I do it with the peanut butter so I get that protein.
Oh, Das Wolfen says he's down 60 pounds, and congrats! That's definitely not easy to do. So.
Good job, there.
Been there, done that, and I know it's not easy. So and I got to do it again. So congratulations, and stick with it, and don't listen to us. And we're gonna go over some Easter candy tonight, maybe, and food. But yep. Yeah, we're talking.
Hey, J-Man.
We're talking on sugar. Yeah, talking about sugar. And J-Man, I think, has lost a ton of weight too. If I'm allowed to, I think, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Really? I thought, dude, J-Man looks skinny. He must use a certain lens or something, dude.
No, he lost a whole lot of weight.
I think he lost a lot of weight too, if I'm recalling correctly.
Oh, okay.
Way back when, yeah.
I was a fan of his. Okay, because I was going to say he always looked like he was pretty.
J-Man is a very fit young man.
Are you guys doing anything this week, Clobby? You and J-Man that I need to come see?
Oh yeah, Monday night.
Awesome.
J-Man and I are going back to Earth B Monday night.
Oh, I love those, man.
Oh man, okay, we're having fun. We've got a wacky one. J-Man, you read that thing yet? Wow. It's tough to choose from all the wackiness, and this is. I mean, there are wackier issues, but good lord, this one is. Whew, it's bonkers, man.
I'm not from Canada. How much is like 100 East and?
Well, I think it's probably 100 pounds, but I lost 100 pounds too at one point a few years ago. Unfortunately, I found most of it again. I've got to lose it again. That's my line.
Mark's like, here's 85 of them.
Yeah, so it's not easy. So yeah, we joke about it, but yeah, you're definitely much healthier. And he does intermittent fasting. Yeah, I was on a low carb diet. I did pretty darn well for a bunch of years, but then it's easy to slip and eat a few too many Skittles and stuff. So I hear you. Yep. And Eric says he'll be back soon. Yeah, whenever he knows he's got the invites. Whenever you can. Yep. It's always fun to talk to you. Yep.
No, yeah.
Now this is gonna trigger some people. So trigger warning. I did a search for Kirby in the goggles.
I know what comes up first.
Yeah, so this is what's coming up first. I apologize for this. I'm responsible. So, but that came up first. And a lot of people love Nintendo. Nintendo's having a big weekend, right?
Raquel,
Mario.
Raquel Raspberries.
Yep. So Kirby, official Herbert home of Kirby. I don't know if that's an ad that's coming up, but let's see when does Jack Kirby come up?
You sure are no Kirby.
James Kirby. So that's Kirby. We're not seeing any.
James Kirby
No,
was a
it's all Kirby.
figure.
It's all Kirby.
You got to get
Kirby.
the word Jack in there. I know.
I know, but yeah. So that's what's happening. But so there you go.
The
There
hell
you
with
go.
them.
So, yeah. So we're gonna do the weight
hell
loss
with them.
program tonight. Yeah. Talk about some fun Easter candy, and then I promised I would show some of the cool food that I had for Easter, and I cut up the ham. And I did everything, and it's like, I'm like, oh crap! I was supposed to take pictures for tonight because a couple of people wanted pictures. Hey, the Claude, how's it going?
Hey, Claude. Claude. Isn't that Claude?
Eric K says he's a puppy in full attack mode right now. So yeah, big puppy. Yeah, they don't give up. Yeah, don't give up. So let me show some of my. Now this is not going to look as good as it tasted, I have to say, unfortunately. So just bear with. But just that's an Easter omelet. So it's my. I don't know. I guess we call it an Italian omelet, but does not look good there. But what it is Brazilian eggs, which are darn expensive now. You scramble up the eggs, and then you put pieces of sausage. You can do bacon and some cheese in there. So you bake it, and it's like 4 inches thick. So here's where it's cut. I know, it's not, but it, it's really comes out to be like a loaf of eggs. Like a big omelet. So the trick is to get it cooked all the way through in the center.
That's actually a big Mardi Gras Day thing down here, Mark. We'll do
it is,
that
yeah?
morning, yeah, and then we'll eat cold chicken from Popeyes the rest of the day. But yeah, that's like your hot meal in the morning, yeah.
Yeah, so there's chicken. There's a lot of cheese in here, and it's then of course you got to cook, and then Mom makes one with like different kinds and different stuff inside. I think
green.
This one's got some green stuff in there for clobbering time. So it's not spinach. I think it's parsley or whatever's in there. It's not so bad. You could pick it out if you had to, and then you can put bacon in it too, which is good.
It's just parsley, I guess. Is it spinach? Oh no.
No, I don't think that's spinach. I think it's parsley.
No, dude, that's either spinach. Did you put a little bell pepper in it, Mark? Maybe.
Good night, J-Man. J-Man's running.
Take care, J-Man.
All right, J-Man, I'm gonna come see you tomorrow, buddy. That sounds cool. I like those Earth B stuff.
Thanks, man.
Almost as much as the Brave and the Bold. Almost as much.
Hey, Mark, you should show this puppy.
Ooh, I wasn't looking here.
Earth B is the Brave and the Bold.
Very cute. Wow, that's a cute doggy.
Aww.
Yeah, he's not mine. I wish he was mine. His name is Hades.
Hades.
A little boxer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very cute.
I gotta go put him back, but you were talking about puppies, so.
Yeah, no, we love
puppy.
puppies. Yeah. That always increases the ratings.
Hey, puppy.
That always increases the
ratings. He's a cute one.
Sweetheart.
Yeah, very calm. Does he know he's being broadcast to thousands of people right now?
Well, I don't know that he does.
Say hello to YouTube.
I love puppy. I want a puppy.
I know. I'm like, I miss my Walter. I'm like, never running.
Oh, the sweetest puppy.
Oh, this thing.
It's cute.
Maddie's daddy's here. What's up, brother?
Go back.
Come see
hey,
us, buddy.
Daddy.
Right.
Steve,
got
come
the link.
see us.
Yep.
You can take me down.
Yeah. Well, with the puppy up there, I mean, yeah.
Delicious.
So Dust Wolfen is saying he could. Captain James T. Skywalker, hail. He's saying he could eat that. Eggs on the approved list. Good. And there's the ham. The ham looks so gorgeous before I cut it. My mom did such a nice job cooking the ham with the glaze and everything. And I forgot to take a picture. I'm losing it. But it was a really good. And it wasn't the spiral ham. I think sometimes the spiral ham's kind of dry out. So this mom did a nice job cooking the ham.
Does she put pineapples and cherries on it?
No, she followed the whose recipe. She was telling me whose recipe it was. Was it was it Martha Stewart's recipe? It was just basically a brown sugar and some honey and some other stuff on it. It was pretty simple, but it tasted really good.
Gotcha.
And we always have cantaloupe with prosciutto.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like a delicious combination.
It is good.
Why have
Yeah.
I never had that?
Yeah, it's really good. The cantaloupe with prosciutto.
That sounds really good.
I don't know
Man,
if that's
that
an Italian
cantaloupe's
thing
really
or
right, dude. That looks
it was.
good.
It was good. Yeah, it was good cantaloupe and pineapple. Not on the pizza.
Or on the ham.
It goes on pizza.
And that was my brother-in-law's 50th birthday. He's getting really old. My God, can you imagine turning 50? That's old. God.
Oh, jeez,
So,
I'm dreading it, dude. Yeah, I hear you.
I'm about to be 45 and I'm freaking out.
Yeah. Hey, Lisa's here. Happy Easter, Lisa. Yep. So my mom made like a chocolate mousse for him.
Lisa,
it was pretty good.
Hey,
Yep.
what's up, Lisa? 45, you freaked out. I can't remember that far back.
That's back when comics used to be good, right?
No, I wouldn't go that far.
A cheesecake, and then we had lemon pie. Yep, lemon cream pie.
Mm-hmm.
Homemade chocolate cookies.
Oh man, dude, what are you doing?
Go back to that. Go back to that. Well, you're eating candy right now.
Some chocolate chip cookies.
Those are good. You know, the homemade with a little crunch, but they're still soft, but little crunch. You know,
those look good. You know what? You can look at a chocolate chip cookie, tell if it's good or not.
You can tell it's good. No, because these are soft and a little teeny bit of crunch to it. Like I don't like them. It had like just a perfect, you know, like yeah, but they were soft, but like an edge crunch. It was good. They were really good. Yep. Cookies. Now, Cadbury eggs. Does anyone like?
If you saw what I'm about to eat, when you're done, you'll laugh.
Hey, Jonah Hex. Happy Easter. What do you Cadbury eggs? I don't like Cadbury eggs. You guys like Cadbury eggs?
Oh,
we're gonna get to Easter candy.
No, I don't like them.
Yeah.
Right? They're not good, right? Yeah.
No.
So it's not just
me.
And
they used to be huge. Now they're the size of my thumb. So.
Well, yeah, they're smaller. Yeah. And we made Jello mold, but before I forgot to take a picture of it. It was my aunt's got a great recipe for Jello mold. So I don't know if
I'm seeing a picture of it right there.
Yeah, but it's like it's all gone. So I'm like I can't think it was so good. But Jello mold's a classic Jello mold recipe. Yeah, that was a staple.
We make Jello from scratch here. I go get a horse hoof, I boil it down.
Oh, don't even. Oh my goodness.
Is that marshmallow?
These are marshmallow. Someone brought German. I'll share the picture of them. Yeah, when we get to them. But yeah, they're like, and they got like a cookie on the bottom. Yep.
Oh yeah. Oh sweet.
Oh, like a Malamar.
Like a wafer, like a waffle, a little thin wafer on the bottom. So I don't know if I took a picture on the other side, but yeah. So it's like a big chocolate marshmallow with the wafer quacker on the bottom. So yeah, that was our Easter food. I didn't get a chocolate bunny today though. It was just
dude. Are you serious?
Yeah, I got no chocolate bunnies.
Me either?
Got one. I gotta drop some. So
oh, the ear's the best part.
That's why I'm making up for it now with the Hershey.
Did anyone have
there
these?
You go. Let's see.
Oh, Peeps.
The Peeps. Yep. No,
I like Peeps. Oops, I almost
the marshmallow.
Okay. Yeah, you can tell that I got into them because
I did drink a Pepsi. I did drink a Pepsi Peep today.
I'm eating what I'm not going to be having for Easter. It's a bratwurst. And
nice. That's good.
It's a German Easter.
I didn't have an Easter. Yeah. So, but I got
Courtney, you could have hung with us. The boys were making hot dogs and hamburgers and chicken leg quarters on the grill. I was like, "This is not Easter. This is the 4th of July."
That's good enough.
Yeah.
What is Easter food anyway? No, it's not like Christmas or anything.
Ham, potato salad, green beans, nice and done. And some chocolate chip cookies and brownies.
I had green beans.
Not bad.
See, I do eat green stuff.
You do, and you had some corn too, did you? Had 2 vegetables today.
And
I mean, one of them's really a starch, but yeah, you totally do.
My mom's stewed chicken, which is really good.
Does she serve it over rice?
Gravy or rice? Yeah, gravy.
Oh
and rice.
Man, I love rice and gravy.
Yeah.
So how do you do stewed chicken? That's like just like a stew on the stove top
with a nice gravy, and then it can just rice, and
just like you.
Now, when you say gravy, what do you mean by gravy?
Like brown gravy.
Like brown gravy. Okay.
Brown gravy, yeah, stewed chicken. I think you've probably seen it, Pat. It's Louisiana. I don't know.
Yes, dude, definitely with a ton of onion cut up in it too.
No, but no, there don't be no onion in there. No.
So just like the French people do stewed rabbit. No, I just killed everyone.
guess.
Now they're gonna all leave. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's the same thing. Anything Clobber and Tom's and I eat like that is basically from the French. Whenever we eat that kind of stuff.
My mom went over for dinner. I just met my dad, and they're from a certain country that kind of likes to eat that stuff. So don't get mad at me. It's Easter, but they served her stew, and they're like, and she's like, "What is this?" And they're like, "Well, it's rabbit stew." And she like almost broke up with my dad at that point, and like got yelled at him. Like, "You better have something else that I can eat here. I'm not eating rabbit stew. How can you serve that to me?" He's like, "Well, doesn't everyone eat rabbit?"
You almost didn't exist.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, I almost didn't
existed,
exist,
but you didn't exist, and you were like on the cusp of existing, not existing. Wow.
Rabbit's a big thing down here too. I could tell you about 6 places that have rabbit on Thursday. For some reason, rabbit on Thursday is like a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, let's get off the rabbit eating and talk about rabbit candy.
Okay.
Yeah. So chocolate dipped Easter peeps.
Rabbit eating.
Those look good. Those look good.
Those. I don't think chocolate and peeps go together.
That's weird.
I don't know. They look pretty though. They look pretty.
I don't think peeps in the civilized world go together, but I know that I am in the minority there, so not a fan. Just telling you. Look, I think they look cool, but not a fan.
Yeah. So you got peeps.
I like me some peeps.
Well, let's look at this.
Marshmallow.
Well, I think Cadbury, the mini eggs are good now. Who likes the mini eggs? I like the mini eggs.
I'd say that's more like C tier for me, but they're okay.
Well, they're much better than the other big eggs.
I like the ones with all the goo.
The gooey one. That's the big one. Yeah.
Hey guys, listen up. My brother broke down. I'll be back in about 5. I gotta call my sister to go get AAA.
Okay, bro.
Oh, bummer.
Be right back.
He's okay. Back. Yep.
Got you, man.
Yeah, good luck.
Yep. Apollo me. What's up?
We'll send Apollo his minion. No, she's the trucker. She could save anyone on the road, I'm sure. But hey, I'll help you and the truck dog. Happy Easter, and go check out her channel with Simi's exploits. Got shorts almost every day. Very cute little doggin.
Now, Josh Wolfing says the malted robin eggs are my favorite. That sounds delicious. If they're like Whoppers or is that what they were called? Whoppers?
Let me check. Let's check. We got the supercomputer here.
And I'm just intermittently eating, so oh my god.
Let's see. Malted robin eggs. Yes, you're allowed to eat on stream tonight.
I'm eating candy and chips. Can't help it.
Oh, those are kind of like egg, like the malted egg balls, but made, so it looks like and they serve these in like milk cartons.
Robin eggs.
Yeah, kind of like those must be good. Yeah.
Is that what they were called? I couldn't remember the name of what they were called. Whoppers when you would go to the movie theater.
Yeah, like the big, but then like you could buy them like in the half-gallon size in some places.
With those chocolate?
Those are they have kind of like
Oh yeah. Gosh, I love
like those are good. Yeah.
I know
those would be great for a movie theater too. Yeah, yep. Brian Hepburn says he made a case of deviled eggs. I love deviled eggs. I know a lot of people don't like them, but I love deviled eggs. They're a lot of work.
I love deviled eggs too. I love them. Delicious.
Yeah. So we got robin eggs. That's a good suggestion. Let's see. Yeah, because what do they call them? Malted egg balls, or what do they call
Yeah,
Whoppers. I guess. Whoppers. Let's see. Whoppers.
I love Whoppers. I've had those ones forever.
Yeah, those were like my favorite movie theater candy. Yeah,
they're like light. Yeah, they're like light on the inside. Yeah, so they're similar to those robin eggs. Yeah, those are good. Yeah,
love me some Whoppers.
The other one I love is the nonpareils. The nonpareils.
I love them too. I have my mouth full.
at the I can't spell, but these guys. What do they call them?
Carei.
I love snow caps. I like snow caps, but they're similar to that.
Snow caps, yeah, the little ones, snow caps, yeah.
For the movie theater, snow caps are perfect.
Yeah, snow caps. Except the problem is the last few times I've gotten them, they've been really stale because I don't know if they went through. Like maybe people don't order them that much. I got a couple of stale boxes. It was like, how do these go stale? I'm like, I guess they can. Yep. Yeah, snow caps. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, those are good. Yep. Oh, we got the dad man here. Happy Easter, Dad Man.
Hey, Dad Man.
Sure. Hey, buddy. Sorry, couldn't make it tonight, man. Hope you guys had a good stream.
Yeah, we went over 2 hours. We just got done a few
Wowzers.
minutes ago. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We went crazy with it.
Nice. Yep.
By the way, I wanted to.
Well, here, when Dadman's here, we've got to introduce him.
Nice.
Ah! Never that way.
God damn it, Mark. Jeez. There you go.
Wow.
Hey.
Hey.
Sorry
That's
about
awesome. Hey, but you got that other one the other night. You got a clip still,
Oh yeah, I gotta play that one
yeah,
too.
when who are
Oh, Ron.
Well, that one. Are you talking the the Fortnite one?
the Fortnite one when whoever it was when Skyjumper slid up next to me and I'm like freaked out. Probably even worse than that one.
Yeah. I gotta make sure to bookmark that and write that down and remember.
Exactly. But hey, Mark.
Yep.
I got something for everybody out there. I got
Let's see.
something to. Hey, you want a peep show?
Hey.
I got your peep show. That's me riding a pole up there in Fortnite.
Oh my goodness gracious! I'm going to confession
Wow.
this week now. Big trouble for that peep show. I don't know. I didn't want to show that on my show. Yeah. The peeps go wild.
You degenerate.
Yes, exactly. Hey, it's all that sugar.
Yeah.
But it's all that sugar that gets to you. So, oh my goodness. Yeah, we had fun talking about some things about the highest ranked candies and stuff and chocolates in 2022. So,
We're doing some of that here now too.
All
so
right.
we got a little overlap there, but I don't think anyone minds talking about.
Hey, you can't
chocolate.
talk enough
too
chocolate.
much, right?
Yeah, exactly. Or food.
Right?
Except deviled eggs.
Oh, I love deviled eggs.
Oh my god! Yeah, I might eat some and tries to kiss me and like trying to torture me like that. I'm like, no.
It's funny because I say I love them, but I haven't had them since I don't like eggs anymore. So it might be.
Mrs. Dadman's here.
Oh, so is this the noise that you would make when you have deviled eggs, Dadman?
Yeah. If not that, it'd be either that or if it's really bad enough, like she gets too close, it'll be the first clip you played.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's awesome.
Gremlin reconciliation. Yeah.
Oh God.
I'm sure it was a fun stream. I gotta watch through that tomorrow. Yep.
Absolutely, it was a blast. So, but hey, hello to everybody over here, though, for sure.
Yeah, we're talking Whoppers and Robin.
I want Whoppers. I haven't had Whoppers in forever.
They're good, and you can eat those really quickly too.
You can get them at Dollar General.
Oh yeah.
I still like
old and moldy by then.
I'm still a peanut M&M guy as much as I can go.
Me too. I have some right next to me. Actually, that was my next.
Exactly.
Well, Sour Patch. Well, these are good. I love Sour Patch. Those are good. But probably, like the cream eggs. I do not like the cream eggs. I think they're gross.
But there's the most popular that are out there as an Easter candy, because we saw in 2022 it was the top rated candy.
No.
Yep.
That was the top rated candy?
Mm-hmm. People die over these things. It's like a big
Inconceivable. 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 You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
No way. There's no way.
Yeah, way. Believe it or not, it's the way it is. So
I got to say
agonizer, please.
I just do not. Of course, you're talking about to the guy that loves clam pizza, but I just do not like the Cadbury eggs. Never did it for me. Yeah.
Well, the missus says it wouldn't work for me because it's she said there, it looks like an egg, and it's even the gooey stuff inside of it, I guess, is kind of like.
Yeah, I passed them by today. I could have eaten some. I didn't. Maybe the chocolate cream filled. Maybe that would be better. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, unless, of course, you got your classic Easter, chocolate bunny. And, of course, you get, the big difference is the quality of the chocolate, too. So,
yeah,
you can get
absolutely.
some, if you've got, like the cheap 99-cent Easter chocolate bunnies are just so bad.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I cheat and put peanut butter on them.
They're so good.
I love
dip them in peanut butter. That sounds delicious.
Well, that's Brian Hepburn. That's another one. Junior Mints. Used to love those.
I still buy those.
Well, Mark, like I said, one of the stories that we showed was, like I said, 2022. Was last year. Basically, they had it was viewed as the most popular of the Easter candies, but there was also another article that had a survey by state.
There we go. I found it.
Yeah.
Let's see the most popular. This will be fun to go all through the panel. So let's go if I can find Connecticut up here. Malt ball eggs. There we go. Wow. Connecticut. All right, we have good taste. There we go. Brian Hepburn would like that. Wow. Okay, now we got Courtney. Where would you consider your home state?
Well, I've been in Colorado for a really long time, and I'm going to say there's probably green stuff in it. That's all I'll say. But
let's see what's Colorado. And look, this is a challenge too, because not only do I have to, I got to figure out what the state is. This is hard. Yeah, plastic eggs with candy. Second Cadbury mini eggs.
Pennsylvania. That's really more fun. But.
Okay, well, let's see how we're doing in Pennsylvania here. Oh, Cadbury cream egg.
Hey, there you go.
Yep.
They're so yummy. But now that I look at it, I never thought of them as like that. Looks like the yolk and the.
Yeah,
it's kind of grossing me out now.
I do like my eggs kind of runny if I make scrambled eggs, or I'll eat them like that, but not in a chocolate like that. So Courtney's Cadbury. All right, let's see what we got for Dadman. Malt ball eggs again.
Yep.
Second Cadbury cream egg and Cadbury mini. So Connecticut. Well, that's because all the people from Connecticut moved down there.
Yep.
Escape the taxes. Yeah. And New York too. Let's see what New York is. So Cadbury cream egg. No, jelly beans. Jelly beans.
Yeah.
Oh, I love jelly beans.
And you know what's interesting is that these things can vary from things to things, because this, like, you got it from candystore.com. This is probably how their purchases, their sales go. Because I had another one that we used, which was Instacart, and they only had like 10. It wasn't this varied, but it's kind of interesting to see how these different sources have it, in different areas. Because see, over here, this is the foil wrapped chocolate eggs, and when I did it was the Starburst Easter jelly beans. So kind of cool to see the differences between I guess the different sites that sell this stuff.
Yeah, Das Wolfen's asking Missouri, so I guess he's Missouri. So foil wrapped chocolate, those are good, but you got to have good chocolate. I'm Swiss too. It's like you have cheap chocolate. It's just.
Well, those were too much work, though. You get the foil off of it.
Like, sometimes it's a little bit you
those just basically
get in your teeth.
They're just Hershey's Kisses shaped like footballs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the football shape.
And Lisa's asking about Wisconsin. Where's Wisconsin?
Usually up by Michigan. Straight up.
No, I got it. Yeah. Hershey's fun size candy bars. Yep.
Why wouldn't that be Pennsylvania?
Nice. Yeah,
Hershey's from PA. That's so funny.
But Louisiana.
Yeah. Let's see what Louisiana is.
Patting myself there.
Mississippi. Where's Louisiana hiding on me?
Way down at the bottom.
Yeah. Oh, those things.
Kinder eggs. But those are illegal.
They're
legal.
I've heard they're really bad.
You guys are lawbreakers.
I like Kinder eggs.
I don't know if I've ever had one of those. Maybe I have.
No, we haven't. Mrs. has seen them in the stores.
But I want to recount.
Yeah. Well, maybe people in Louisiana, maybe the people that use candystore.com buy more candy than anybody else. But see second, jelly beans, and third, full wrapped chocolate eggs. So,
what is New Mexico? I'm trying to figure out.
Oh, Reese's, good taste. I love Reese's peanut butter.
About Nevada.
I love peanut butter anything.
But Nevada.
Nevada.
Gotta go. Yeah.
Chocolate bunny.
There you go.
Yeah.
Chocolate bunny. But it was going to melt out in Nevada.
What part of the bunny do you eat first? Somebody asked that the other day.
About California.
The ears. You always eat the ears.
What kind of air?
You eat the foot because it's a rabbit's foot. They're lucky.
Cadbury mini eggs.
Cadbury. Texas?
Let's see, Texas. Whatever they want. Cadbury cream eggs. Wow.
Texas and PA. That's so funny. It's like,
I don't know. I'm moving to Nebraska. They also like Reese's peanut
butter. What about
butter.
Alabama? I was thinking about Alabama for a move.
Let's see. Alabama's malt ball eggs. Yep.
Georgia was
truffles.
better.
Well, that's fancy. Chocolate truffles. Let's see. Peeps in Mississippi. Jelly beans number 2, and you got jelly beans number 2 there.
Can't believe what Kinder Eggs here.
Oh,
yeah.
But remember, it is probably just from what they sell on their site, so because they do vary by different vendor. So
what was Oregon?
I'm surprised. But see, I'm surprised by Kinder
beans,
also, Clobby, because in another one that I had, they had Kinder basically in Wisconsin and Kentucky. So I think it's one of those things that varies.
And the Kinder eggs are relatively new too, because they were illegal here for a long time because they had the toy was in the chocolate.
Yeah.
So now they had to. So you can actually get arrested for importing Kinder eggs into the country.
Why?
Yeah.
I don't know how they fit a toy in there to begin with, but the missus showed me a picture of it. So.
Oh, I have a ton of the toy. Well, where do I have some of the? Here's my Kinder Egg Spider-Man toy. Let's see if I. Oh,
yeah, I was going to say there was some definitely comic book hero stuff.
Let me get my comic book.
How do they get the toy in there?
Was one half is the here?
I've never had one.
Yeah. So I'll show you.
I never got one with a toy. Like the Kinder eggs you can get at I don't know, like Five Below or something. They just have like chocolate in it.
Kinder eggs. Yep. No, they're super popular in Europe.
I did know. Yeah, I'm sure over there they have. I can see them having it.
So this half has like this malt ball candy on one side with like a vanilla. It looks gross, but it tastes pretty good. It's kind of chocolatey. It's kind of like a malt ball. And then the other side has the toy wrapped. But this is the way it came from Europe, because Europe, they can handle their toy surprises. So here we make it separate. So it's totally separate. So the Kinder Egg, the surprise was on the inside. So it was banned here.
Got you.
So now they sell them with the toy.
I can't believe that's from Louisiana. I can't believe it.
Yeah. Well, it's a French influence. I don't know. So the toys are totally on the
You ever get that, Pat? I never
side.
Yeah, I've had it before. It's a good chocolate, which we're kind of. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do this and help everybody out. I'm just going to tell you all what the 5 best Easter candies are, in no particular order. Any M&M. I specifically like just a plain old everyday first M&M or the M&M with peanut butter on it. Starburst jelly beans are also in the top 5. Number 1, even though we're not really doing an order, is Reese's eggs. They're nice big Reese's eggs too, not like a little Reese's egg or anything like that.
They're kind of like flatter, like the
that's kind of silly. A nice big Easter egg like that. Number 2 would be any kind of a rabbit. I like one with a little bit of nut in it, and that's pretty good. And then something that most of y'all can't get that Elmer's makes. I think it's kind of a local thing. They make a gold brick egg and also a gold brick sauce that you could put over your ice cream that gets hard like magic shell. But
gold bricks are good. Elmer's pecans in them.
Yeah, and Elmer's egg is really good too. So that's your 5 best. Anything after that, you kind of like.
It's funny that you talk about the Reese's peanut butter eggs. That there was one source that I used that had it like the most popular sold item in 30 states. So that must be a really good peanut butter egg then.
Well, Lisa was asking, what is that chocolate covered orange thing? I'm not sure. I probably scrolled away from it. I'm not sure.
Inside the chocolate.
Oh yeah, I've had those before.
It's like a orange on the inside. That's for the toys, right? And the candy.
Yeah. So
that's what she was talking about.
Maybe, yeah. So one side is the well, these are the American Kinder eggs. So one side has
talking about the European one that it looked like orange on the inside, I think.
Oh, I think that was the they have like a
this down here, at the bottom.
This holds. They have like it's chocolate, and then the toys on the inside here. So the outside is all chocolate, so you kind of eat that part, and then inside you'd have your toy on the inside here.
The chocolate's really
plastic.
Good. The toy tastes like chemicals, though. It's gross.
Yeah, the toy tastes like chemicals. Yes, I don't know if they changed up. They make them all the same here, but yes, Kinder eggs are still banned in the U.S. until I know someone got in trouble. Like they were, got caught bringing Kinder eggs into the country. They were getting in trouble. Yeah.
Well, how are they getting them here then?
Well, if you're coming back from Europe, they just you buy a package and bring them back. And I think someone got caught, smuggling like a lot of them. Because or you might not know, right? I mean, you bring buy a box and bring it back, and they have all.
They're that big a seller in Louisiana, though. How?
Well, now because they made they made them legal. They changed them. They changed them. So I don't know when this article is, but they made them now so that like I said, the toy. It's not showing me a picture of one, but the toy is on this other half here. So here we go. So the toy is covered up, so you can't eat the toy anymore. So they made
one of the funniest things I saw being smuggled, because you were talking about people smuggling them, is I used to go to London with my ex and his mom, and she liked these specific bangers, like bangers and mash bangers and sausages. And she smuggled like a whole bunch of them. Like she traveled with a bunch and she got caught. So she was like this old proper English mom with all these sausages and stuff. It's like hilarious.
So DA talks.
Hey,
yes, if you look at. Hell, thank you for joining us. Yeah. So okay, you got it. I guess. Yep. When I'm looking at the other screen, yeah. So they that side, they said the kids. It's pretty tough to do, but. The kids could eat them. That's why they have them now. And then we've been buying. They have all superhero sets. So, we're buying. I was like, Maureen, make sure you buy the Kinder eggs for the kids because they have superheroes in them. So I have Wonder Woman and Batman, and they have a whole set of them. That kind of gives you an idea. So this side is the toy, the candy, and this side is a toy, but it's got a cover over it, so you peel it back, so you can't. It's not as easy, and it's this weird malt candy thing. And I here we go. Here's the surprise. So that's showing you how it comes out. And that doesn't look so good, but tastes okay. It's kind of a weird thing, and that's the European version. Yeah.
I was gonna say I don't remember like a split thing in the middle.
I never had one of those.
Maybe I'm talking about something else or something. I don't know.
No, because this is the American one. The American one is split in the middle. Yep. And the European one.
Can you imagine being a kid in the 70s and you survived lawn darts and missiles from Battlestar Galactica toys, but then a Kinder Egg kills you?
Yeah, Kinder Egg
excuse me. My little brother was 3, and my dad gave him like those Chinese stars, real deal ones. He used to throw those at me in the early 80s.
And you survived, yep.
Yeah, I survived. That might be crazy now, but.
Chocolate oranges. Yep, I remember those. Yep. When Eric K was styling with Toblerone bars. That's a great.
Oh, fancy.
Great chocolate. Yeah, that's a fancy Swiss chocolate. Yep.
I'm not a huge chocolate person, but Toblerone is like the better. You know what I mean? Obviously, because
Toblerone's pretty good.
I like dark chocolate usually.
I want some Jelly Babies.
Jelly Babies. Yep.
There you go.
We have a store in town that sells Jelly Babies.
Yeah. Yeah. Doctor Who's going to eat them all, right?
They sell them pretty well. So it is a store. It is a store that sells international stuff. So yeah.
Is it called World Market? Because World Market has some. Okay.
Yeah,
I've seen those. Yeah.
Here, actually, I should check that out.
Would you care for a Jelly Baby?
Reese's peanut butter eggs, huh?
They think they're wicked good.
Plastic eggs with candy just don't do it for me, though. I got to say, it's just not.
Not
good enough.
They're fun for Easter egg hunts, like for kids. And then you open it up and you can have like some jelly beans in there, or like something.
Dave, don't eat the Pop Rocks and soda. You might die like Mikey. And actually, fun
that
fact,
was like the biggest '80s myth.
Fun fact: I went to school with John Gilchrist. He was in my. I was on the. He was in my. Lived in my dorm. And I remember being at a party and people would be like, "Aren't you dead?" He's like, "Motherfucker, do I look like I'm dead?"
Wow,
you ate Pop Rocks and soda.
You said that on your show.
That surprises me that Rhode Island likes truffles.
Oh my gosh.
I'm in trouble now.
I tell you, I love it with Clobby. Whenever you cuss Mark, Clobby just loses it.
Well, that's
hilarious.
People laugh at me
Language,
when I do it.
Yeah.
Well, Clobby, you're really
well, that's what he said
when you do it, but it's like Mark's out of character, and it's just like,
wow.
It's like when it comes out of Mark's mouth, it's like, is that right? Is he really saying that?
I'm so ashamed of you.
Confession twice
Hi,
this
Manny
week.
Teddy. I miss you. Where
Hey,
you been?
where's
Wait,
Steve
he's right
at? Why
there.
isn't he hanging? Does he have like
He's
parent
probably
duties or
taking
something?
care of Maddie, maybe. Yeah. Well, let's say
It's a
goodnight to
bummer.
Das Wolf. And
Maddie
Das Wolf, and I
Teddy.
apologize. He said he gained 3 pounds watching this stream.
Right.
Sorry,
know.
Das Wolf. And language.
God, I have
Yep.
M&Ms in here. I don't. I'm very upset.
Oh, the whistle lollipop.
Oh, those were the best. Yeah, the whistle lollipops. Families that won the Nick Game Show Legends of the Hidden Temple by the lifetime supply of them.
Yeah,
I
we
think
could do
there
a
was
lost
Whistle
candy
Pops, wasn't
episode one day.
What about
There you go.
yeah, there they are. Do you remember this was like not a candy, but do you remember those little things? There's like a straw and you blew that like toxic like rubber ball thing off the end of it.
Oh yeah,
Was it like a tart thing?
It wasn't. You didn't eat it. I mean, some kids may have
It
eaten
was
it. But
it really
was it?
smelled heavily of chemical.
yeah,
I know
like
what you're
that was
talking about.
definitely not something
I
children
think it was
should
called
have
like
had.
balloon bubbles or something like that.
Yeah.
It
Okay,
was
so I can
stronger.
tell you when I'm going to talk about these the candy smokes because I was a pro. The old school ones that were like just the candy sticks, they were not fun. But you got the ones that were bubble gum on the
Bubble
inside,
gum.
and you could blow
Yeah.
the like powdered sugar and like
Yeah.
pretend you were like cool because back then we thought it was cool. You know,
Yep.
so funny. Those were-
Courtney,
I
did
was
you ever
loving
take a bunch of Captain Crunch and put it on white bread and then pour pixie sticks on it and eat that for lunch?
that. No,
Okay.
no. But I love Captain. I really like peanut butter Captain Crunch.
Yes, that
Those
is
really
definitely
look like
superior
cigarettes, very
Captain
fun.
Crunch.
Let's see if I can get a video of
Pat,
that.
I like
'cause
that Breakfast Club reference, by the way.
Thank you, Claude.
Yeah,
I
no,
was
I
hoping
knew what that
somebody
was
did.
from. That's Ali Sheedy, right? Ali Sheedy does
Yes,
that.
yeah. Yeah, she threw her lunch and olive loaf on the statue.
Yeah, she's so funny, man. That's I think she's like me. I'm like her for if you like put yourself as a character in the movie, that's definitely me. In high school, me.
Good stuff. Yeah. What's another good? In Switzerland, when you go to the Migros
Whistle
candy
lollipop.
aisle,
Yeah. Yes.
let's see if they show like. So here, when you go to Switzerland, this is what you get. You get in the grocery store. So you go there, and you get like a row of chocolate, aisles and aisles of chocolate.
I don't
It's
think
just
I
like
went
all
into a
chocolate.
store there. I went to Lucerne.
Oh, they have Migros there. Yeah, they have they have them everywhere. It's kind of like the Walmart of Switzerland. But the thing that's so awesome is first time I was in there, and you're like it's just candy. It's just all candy. You're like, oh my god. So yeah, so like here's let's see, where can I find some good.
It's
Yeah, so
about as
you go
exciting
down
as,
that row.
At Dylan's
it's just-
candy shop in New York City. Have you been in there? That's about what this reminds me.
Yeah, that puts it to shame. Yeah, it just let's see, it's not showing me a ton. Like you get the experience of walking through the row. It's just unbelievable, and it's all awesome, incredible chocolate too. So it's
That's right.
It's like Willy Wonkaville. It's amazing. So,
If
it's
you
all
want
good.
to hear Harry.
Mark,
Yeah,
did you know that? Did you know that percentage-wise, Vatican City actually consumes more Swiss chocolate than Switzerland?
No, was that because of the Swiss Guard living there?
Yeah, I'm sure it has a lot to do with it. And the Pope's probably like Swiss chocolate, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's
Sorry
a-
to hear that, Steve. By the way, he's exhausted. He said.
Oh, he's tired.
Oh.
Yeah.
But did say something.
Night, buddy.
Cool. He did say something about how Maddie did give half her Easter eggs, half the Easter eggs she found at school, to 2 other toddlers who were fighting over
so
there.
nice.
It's very proud of her. Oh, what a sweetheart. Dude, there you go, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
Very
a good
nice,
kid
very
there,
nice.
Steve.
Yeah.
Good for her. Good for you, buddy.
Absolutely.
So here, I'll put this clip to the
Hope
video
she-
in. We don't want to play someone else's video, but
Hope
sorry,
you both had a great Easter.
Happy Easter, Maddie's daddy, and to Maddie.
Yeah, buddy.
Hell
Wait,
that.
Check out this.
I read somewhere
video.
that someone said, oh, never mind, you're getting to it.
Well, I just want to see if they have the whole, like a picture of the whole aisle, but I mean, you get the idea. It's like you go there, you're like in chocolate heaven. It's like,
I'll have them
oh
all.
my god, it's just unbelievable. So, but
Where's
it's called the
this- where's
Migros.
this now?
There's this chain of stores called the Migros, Migros. So I believe I don't know if they're just in Switzerland, but they that's the store, and it's kind of like their Walmart or Costco. It's the most popular store there, and they have the spices that I'm addicted to, aromat spices, and so you go, and it's a cheaper, quote unquote cheaper store, except I think they probably put all the other stores out of business.
It reminds me of like IKEA or like a version, you know what I mean, like a food version of IKEA, or like Aldi. Isn't Aldi really cheap? Aldi,
yeah,
Aldi.
Aldi's, yeah.
Is that how you say
Yeah.
Aldi?
Yeah, but some of their cheap stuff kind of comes off that way. But yeah, it's supposedly cheaper.
Yeah. So it's just so if you're ever in Switzerland, head to the Migros and get yourself some chocolate. That's one of the best places to buy it. Yeah. But it's it's just like I just remember the first time I was there, I was like, do we have to leave? Yeah, it's very clean. Everything in Switzerland. That was the first time I was there. It was like, Dad, why does this look like Disney World? It's like, but it doesn't look like New York City. Where's all the garbage on the street? I'm a 70s kid, so it's like, where's the garbage? They don't allow garbage on the on the floor there, or in the streets there. So
the 70s were best. You could throw your cigarette out the window of your car and it would catch a McDonald's wrapper on fire that somebody else threw out their car.
Yeah.
And there'd just be an Italian Indian on the side of the road crying. It was just terrible.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I have the funniest story about that you just said.
About Italian Indians? Okay, I thought that was kind of obscure, but good for you, Courtney. Go for it.
No, about throwing a cigarette out of the car. I went to throw a cigarette out my window because I was coming into like the local supermarket and I saw my dad, and my dad would not let me smoke. Like he was like so against it. So when I threw it out the window, and instead it just went right down and started burning a fire like in
my God.
station wagon I was driving. And so I'm sitting there trying to get it out, and in the meantime, I went right into the thing of our shopping carts. So I made that huge scene. It was really dumb. Hi, Hungry.
Hey,
Hungry boy.
Oh, you're so sweet.
How's it going?
What up, dude?
Yeah, we're showing your picture that you did before. Yep. Of Courtney. Yep. Very nice stuff. Yep. So this Migros is so good. Yeah. Good stuff. And of course their chocolate's the best in the world, in my humble opinion. But you can't go wrong. So Hungry Boy, what's your favorite Easter chocolate? We don't have, this is the map of America's favorite Easter candy, but you're down under, right? Or we're New Zealand, right? I think Hungry Boy is in New Zealand, so if I'm correct.
I always wanted to go there.
Of course, he's a transplanted American, I think, right? So wonder what his favorite Easter candy is. Yeah.
So they're what do they call them? A kiwi. Right?
Kiwi, I guess, right? Yeah.
Like New Zealand or something. Yeah.
Yep.
Are we allowed to say that anymore? I don't even know.
I guess we are. Yeah, I think
Hey,
we are.
Cardinal Sin, what's up, bud?
Oh.
Happy Easter.
Hail.
Hey, Cardi.
Hail, sir.
Yeah. How's it going? So let's look at some more. We can never do too much chocolate, right? Well, he says, I got pulled over for ashing my cigarette out the window, not even throwing it out the window, literally just ashing. The cop didn't give me a ticket. He wasted both of our time. Yeah, that's for sure. Yep. A lot more.
I never got tickets when I got pulled over as a teenager. Hi, Cardinal Sin.
Oh, let's see the worst Easter candy. Let's see what got voted as the worst. Okay. Well, Cadbury cream eggs. That was the favorite in a lot of states.
Yep.
Peeps. Bunny corn. Oh yeah, I hate candy corn.
So
it's bunny corn.
Okay, that's what I just ate.
But you know what? There's a story behind bunny corn.
I didn't eat the whole thing. I ate the half of it, but I ate like 6 of them.
There's a story with bunny corn because it used to be more of an Easter thing, and then it became what we know as candy corn and more Halloween. But it's made a comeback in recent years. Where, and you see the colors, it's taken that Eastery color, so it is regular candy corn, just colored differently. So
that's cool.
Exactly.
When I was a kid, speaking of Easter colors, when I was a kid, you know what the big thing was? Your mom and dad would go to the feed store and get you a bunch of different colored little baby chicks. And you'd keep them until the summer. And then one summer you'd go away to camp and you'd come back one day and your mom and dad would be like, we sent the chicks to go live on a farm because they're chickens now. Which I hope they did. We didn't eat chicken that night, so I don't know where they went. But I don't know if any of y'all remember if that was just like a New Orleans thing or not. But like pastel colored chicks. You'd go buy them.
Yeah. Oh, and I was Hungry Boys and so I apologize for that, and not New Zealand. And Captain Cockney is the Kiwi, LOL.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, with the bunny corn, one of the other things with that story was that it had a reference back to farmers and farming stuff like that, where you'd find bunnies, and that's why you put it in Easter grass. So that's kind of why they had a corn with a connection to Easter. So there's a lot of story
Easter
behind
grass.
Yeah,
it's evil. I used to have to pull that out of my cat's, what?
Oh,
because the cat would eat it.
I know that, but guess what? There's there is now scented Easter grass.
Really?
Wow.
Yes, like pink scented. Reese's peanut butter cup scented Easter grass.
So
interesting.
Funny.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I would love to get like an Easter basket like that again one day. It's been so long with the Easter grass.
It is nice. Yep.
Mark, if you are interested.
Sure, we'll show one. Yep. Yeah. And but Mrs. here says, chocolate crucified Jesus is by far the worst Easter candy. I've never seen that in the wild, but
I've never seen that.
That's pretty bad. And what's chicks and rabbits?
Ew.
Is that kind of like a peep? Is that a marshmallow, or is that what kind of candy is that? I don't know what that is.
They look like Pez from here, but I can't really tell.
And solid chocolate bunnies, if they're cheap chocolate, like the really cheap chocolate, and then they practically break your teeth. Yeah, those are not good. Yeah, I agree with that.
I'll eat any chocolate if it's there.
Oreo eggs. I've never seen those, but yeah, I guess that's number 5.
That looks awful.
Sour Patch White Bunny chocolate? Is it sour chocolate?
White chocolate?
Or is it just white
candy?
Well, white chocolate's good, but I mean,
ooh, I'm not a white chocolate.
White chocolate's gross, bro.
Well, if you've had the Swiss white chocolate, I might.
Maybe that would be. Yeah.
Yeah.
The chocolate
if you
cross
have really
looks like a joke. That's a joke, right?
I don't know. That's the missus.
That's a
joke. No, it's not a joke, Claudia. I've seen.
Come on, really?
They're real, but they are really. They're.
How do you eat Jesus?
Sacrilegious, delicious, but I'm not eating one. I mean,
what if you try to kill a vampire with it and it just gets melted?
Not only that, bro, but that's like. And I'm Catholic. That's like the opposite of Easter. Jesus on the cross.
Yeah, you don't eat Jesus on the cross.
On Easter.
You can't have it on Good
That's
Friday.
what I'm saying. Someone did it as a joke.
I don't know when the hell you eat that.
Yeah.
Thing.
Nobody would sell that.
And why do Cheetos cinnamon puffs on the list? That doesn't count as Easter candy. That's crazy. Yeah, Dollar Tree bunnies.
Somebody did that as a goof.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Cheetos cinnamon puffs sounds just.
No, she's not joking. Right. Look at number 8 on there. But number 8, the chocolate cross. It is real.
What business?
Yeah, they're 100% real. I've seen them before.
Yeah,
really.
That's the same in the wild. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, that business is really dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not offended. I don't give a crap. I think, I think it's funny. I just think it's absolute business suicide, isn't it? I mean,
you would think, but hey. Well, look at Pepsi and Madonna's commercials years ago about one of those music videos years ago. So,
Lisa, I like Sour Patch Kids, but that's Sour Patch White Chocolate Bunny.
I don't know if it's just white chocolate or if it can't be sour white chocolate. Oh, and Hungry Boys chime in. White chocolate is sacred. Yeah. Well, Hungry Boy, if you ever meet you in Switzerland, some of the Swiss white chocolate is amazing. They have all kinds of different crazy chocolate bars in Switzerland that are so.
I really can't stand on marzipan either. Yeah, how do you say marzipan? Like that? It's supposed to be like almond something, but no, I don't like it.
I think Jesus is sooner feed that. And we're looking for the lightning bolt, but here let's goggle.
My favorite Swedish candy is Swedish
I always
fish.
wait for the lightning bolt.
Chocolate crosses.
Incognito.
What's the
Okay.
better childhood memory? Eating McDonald's Happy Meal, watching on Thursday night the Peanuts Easter special, or laying there with your basket Easter night watching the Ten Commandments? I'm gonna go with the Ten Commandments because and you got that big basket in front of you. You can't even eat the candy anymore.
Did they play that tonight like they always do?
I don't know, but you guys, you know what I'm talking about. Remember that used to come on like all the time.
Yeah, every Easter.
Oh my God!
I don't understand. This is like
wow,
Old Testament
chocolate
stuff,
Jesus is on a stick.
Oh my God!
On the how do you eat that?
Like
that's kind of messed up, and I'm not even
that's people.
That's just
trolling.
wrong.
I mean, I believe it's
they
real.
didn't service that in Catholic school.
no, indeed not. You don't need a crucifix.
And Hershey's makes a Happy Easter chocolate cross.
No way.
Oh, I don't know. There's just something wrong about that. I don't know. It just
that's somebody.
I don't know. I'm
not
not eating a Celtic cross, but
seems like a joke.
I'm not eating no crucifix, man.
I mean,
no
I'm pretty dimensionally challenged, but I'd think twice about eating Jesus on a stick made out of chocolate.
I'm an agnostic, and I used to have some really, in my younger days, flat out atheistic, like very blasphemous person, and even I probably wouldn't eat it.
That's got to be bad luck. I mean, if there is a God, it can't help you. You know?
Just in case, God, I'm going to meet you 50-50 and say, just in case, you can count me out. I'll eat M&Ms.
Yeah, I mean, so I was joking with my friends who are atheists or agnostic, good natured, never want to preach religion, but I'm like,
you can be like a Satan
at least I'm following one religion, and we find out in the end, if you're atheist, you got, no shot in the end, right? I mean, hopefully, well, if you're a good person, we don't get into that ethical debate.
Yeah,
I always joke
being an agnostic, being an atheist. I think you're just risking too much. I think you gotta at least err on the side of caution.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm a Quaker, so I don't fit in as usual. Never.
When Hawkeye said, "I don't believe in atheism."
Yeah.
I have a question. So, when do they give out? Remember, like the coin chocolate? Do they give that at like a certain holiday or?
Christmas usually, right?
But the balloon, you get those anytime. The balloon thingies.
Yeah. But Courtney means for our Jewish friends. Yeah, that's a big Hanukkah thing. It's called Gelt.
Is that? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
I grew up in a very Jewish community with a lot of Jewish friends. Yeah, I did too. So that makes sense.
We used to get that, yeah.
Dad, man, can you eat this grass and then smoke it, or what is this grass?
No, you can do whatever the heck you want with it. Yeah, that's Easter grass with different scents.
I am so tempted to smoke it.
But you can't eat it.
And it's biodegradable.
You can eat whatever. I mean, cats eat it, so why not? I mean, technically you could. So,
but I mean, I love Reese's. I mean, I'd be
my cat always did.
Oh, could you imagine if they had like strings of Reese's grass that you could eat? Oh, that'd be so good. I eat the whole basket.
There's two kinds of peeps. There's a yellow and a blue peep. So hey, and there's jelly beans.
They had all different colors at Five Below the other day.
And see, I'll go to close up here. See, there's the
scented jelly beans. Scented.
Yep, there it is, the jelly beans, and then here's the peeps.
My Easter grass as a kid just tasted like cellophane.
I never heard of that before. I guess when I go to CVS tomorrow to get the half price chocolate, I shouldn't be eating because my diet's starting tomorrow. but
he just said he ate Easter grass. I'm sorry, I keep slow.
Mark gave up dieting for Lent, so now he's got to start again.
There's your Reese's peanut butters.
Oh, I love Reese's peanut butter. It's just the best. Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
Now, Mark, I have a serious question for you. Will like Dwayne Reed and Walgreens and all have their candy half price tomorrow, or do you have to wait a couple of days? Okay.
And I think it's tomorrow, and then I might end up getting some action figure. I cannot eat. I got to get away from the chocolate, but I always end up with some action figures in the basket too.
All right, I want some pastel M&Ms. That's what I'm asking.
So Hungry says, do these chocolate crucifix eating people also break 5 mirrors on Easter and walk under a ladder? I mean, cross Oreos? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I just like, am I eating with, I guess maybe like as a symbol, maybe, but that's just.
It's made weird, eaten, isn't it? I mean,
yeah, that's just weird. I just wouldn't go there. I just wouldn't do it.
You're muted, Courtney.
They have special Easter candy, which I thought would happen here in Colorado. Like I figured someone was saying something about
It's just kind of weird to me.
Or eating the grass and whatnot.
It's so silly.
But they definitely have specialty jelly beans and all these things.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dad, man, what's the most popular jelly bean at Easter
Get your
time?
channel taken down. So.
What is the most popular jelly bean at Easter time? I don't know in terms of specific. All I know, it sounds like people do not like anything black licorice.
I do.
Yeah.
My daddy did. I'm not a fan.
Yeah. I do. I never did as a kid, but I do now. Yeah, I like black.
Well, we were talking about that earlier. It's funny, the stuff that I did not like as a kid that I like now, like anything that had the nuts in it. As a kid, I wanted the plain Hershey's milk chocolate. I wanted. I would eat like Three Musketeers. I did not like Snickers. I did not like Hershey's almond. But now as an adult, it's flipped. I also, as a kid, I liked the plain M&Ms. But now I eat the Snickers bar. I eat the Hershey's with almonds. I hate just the milk chocolate. And peanut M&Ms. I'm like Clobby, and just get those damn peanut M&Ms and go to town.
Mine are out there, and I want my peanut.
Listen, those big jugs that are like 3 pounds of it that are in a plastic container. We usually get one of those for. Well, no, they got a big plastic container of them that we usually get for hurricane season down here, and that's our hurricane supply. One year I ate it in the first month, so.
I get the share size, like the king size or whatever.
No.
And they're done in like a minute.
There's like 64 ounces of them or something. It's quite a big.
Like how you would get popcorn or like pretzels in those big things, like with the screw top. Yeah.
Yeah, with the screw top, exactly. Yeah. So, absolutely.
That would be awesome. I didn't know they had that. Right now, do they come individually wrapped, or is it all just the peanut M&Ms, like the whole thing?
What was that again?
Do they come individually wrapped in there, or is it all?
No. They're just all masked. That way you can't stop yourself.
Goodness.
You just sit there and tip your head back, just chug them down.
It's amazing.
What psychopath would have individually wrapped M&Ms? That would take you forever to eat.
That's the point.
Somebody that makes you want to work for your food.
Like you're not kidding. You'd burn more calories than you get out of that one M&M.
It doesn't matter. It makes you work, though. It's like the missus packing my snacks and stuff for work these days and all. She sends peanuts and pistachios with me. Why? She said, because then I got to work for it. So
gotta work, right?
I got to work. So
that's cute. Yeah. Make you work for your food. Yep.
Exactly.
Well, since we got Hungry Boy here, I was taking some pictures of my grandmother's was an artist too, so I know we got Hungry Boy here. So just want to show a couple things. I was taking some pictures of some of her stuff that she'd made for me.
Before you start that, I'm just going to say bye to everyone because I'm a little later than I was supposed to be. But
oh, that's okay. No,
before you get onto a new subject. No. Oh, wow. Hi.
There we go. Everyone sub to Courtney.
Yeah, I'm still almost at 500. I think I'm at like 582 now. I mean 482 now. So if anyone wants to get me to 500, that would be super cool. All right, bye guys. Gotta go.
Thank you. Have a great week.
Much love.
Bye. Have a good one.
So Hungry Boy. Here's some of my grandmother's art. That's where I get the mark with the C. So I wish I told her to do some Fantastic Four stuff for me, but yeah. So there's a cute little bowl that she made for me. And she would buy all the porcelain and just paint it, from scratch on the blank porcelain. So I got to turn that into an avatar. I think that's kind of a cute little fighting mouse there. So very. I always appreciate someone who can, do something from scratch. So that's over at my mom's house. I was taking pictures of it today because you never know. But yeah, I think I'll turn that into a cute little avatar. So she wrote on there, it's from Grandmama. So it's when you want to eat your soup, say, when she says, eat your soup. Yeah. For you, when you need to say eat your soup. So 1969. So that's dating myself. She made me for that when I was 1 year old. So very, very cute. Yep. And she made me this little plate, little cricket. That's cute. And so of course she signed everything with her initials there. So then we know what's the what stuff that she made. And she did my Mark D, her MD, right? There we go. So
what to see.
And so she like, let's see, what's Hungry Boy saying here? Yep, I knew Hungry Boy would like that. Yep, painting porcelain is hard. Yeah, she did a lot of porcelain painting. Yep, and she did actual paintings, and I'll show a few of those in a second. And also needlework and needlepoint, and she made some flags. So that was 1983. Yep. And then this she didn't do. I just took a picture of that. That's she didn't do that. That was in there. And then this is another example of a tray that she painted porcelain from scratch. So she'd buy these and just paint them and decorate them. And
oh
then,
my God!
Beautiful.
And send them to she was across the pond, so she'd send them as a gift for Christmas or something. Send them to us.
That is beautiful. That is really, really astounding.
Thank you. Yeah. So yeah, very, very talented. Yeah, because that's all that's all done with brushwork. So very steady hands. Yeah.
Mark, you should have sent her your little lead D&D figures, man. Those have been awesome.
I was thinking of that, or like she had asked me one point. I was getting into comics, and she could have done some like cups or something with the Fantastic Four.
Oh, that'd have been really cool.
That would have been so cool. Yes, there's another porcelain vase that she did. Yep. And so it's the same. Plus, you always should take pictures of these things just in case too, just so you have them. And then there's like would always do tea services. So that's another tea service. We don't have a lot of stuff, but we have some stuff. So that's another example of her work. So that's it. So her initials. Yep.
Nice.
Let's see. They're the cup. Yep. So yeah. So she could have drawn some nice. Sure, she would have done some nice comic book characters. Yep. Take care, Courtney. Thank you for being here. Yep.
Wow.
There's more porcelain work. Yep.
Incredible stuff.
That's one of my mom's favorites. So that's my grandmother there. Yep.
Mm.
So that's a self portrait. I think. I'm
Hey,
pretty sure.
Donnie.
I think that's her. Hey, Donnie. I don't know if that's. I gotta ask. Well, I gotta ask Mom. I don't know if that's her or someone did that. Maybe that was her friend did that as a self portrait. This is one of her paintings that she did. Oh, I gotta straighten it out. That's one of her paintings. So I figured I got Hungry Boy here, so I figured I'd show some of this stuff, and figure let me take some pictures of these pictures just so we have it. Yep. There's another painting. So I have a few paintings in my house that she did, thankfully, but there's not a ton of stuff. But yeah, that's another painting. But I always wish I could. Could paint and draw, nice. But I tried. But yeah. So
I painted in high school and college. It was mostly houses and trim, but
there you go.
Yeah.
So thank you for indulging me. Thank you, Lisa. Yep.
Nice stuff.
So that
she
was cool,
very
brother.
talented. Yeah.
That was nice.
Very cool stuff.
So yeah. So I didn't get that gene, but yeah.
That is incredible.
Nice,
that is such nice stuff.
The
yeah.
porcelain stuff is just you don't even want to like my mom has it in a display case, or hutch or whatever. It's like you don't want to use it. Yeah. Oh, and Dad Man's got another peep product to share.
I just got this from our mutual friend Jess.
Oh my goodness gracious!
What is that?
Peep Pepsi.
Yep.
I
drank some of that today.
Really? How is that?
It tastes like really, really vanilla Pepsi, and it's kind of gross. But we all drink a can. It comes in like a little tin pack with a little 7-ounce, and we all drank one today, and it was pretty gross.
What is that? It's yellow.
Yeah. What color
the can is? It looks like cola. It's
It's like it's what's the flavor? I mean, it's Pepsi.
It tastes like really, really heavy vanilla Pepsi. It smells kind of marshmallowy. You would not like it.
Hi, Matthew Pounder. What's up, buddy?
Hi, Matthew Pounder.
Weird, wild stuff.
Actually, the most embarrassing part for me is I drank Pepsi because I don't drink Pepsi. Because I'm a Coca-Cola guy, but The boys wanted to try it, so we drank one. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, I'd try it, but yeah.
I'd try it, but
crazy.
you know,
nothing wrong with trying, I guess.
Yeah, well,
wow. Does Pepsi make Peeps too, or do they? It's just a collaboration.
I think got permission to
Wow.
Probably just a collab. Probably just like Pat said, just permission to make something crazy. So why not?
What's next? Ensure with Peep flavor. Ensure. I mean,
I don't know. Might make it better. Who knows?
Might make it better. Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing that, man. But
no problem.
That's going to be on sale tomorrow.
That's what I thought about. Was going to get a 10-pack of it just to try it for later in the week. I got a few things coming up that after I visit the doctors one more time, then I'm gonna sneak it in later. But
yeah, like cherry Coke is good. I like cherry Coke.
Oh man,
Donnie likes Pepsi and Coca-Cola equally.
It's my favorite.
I had a friend who was a cherry Coke. You like, right? I had a friend who was never Pepsi. It had to be Coke. And then when they that's my buddy Rob. So when they canceled Coca-Cola and they went to the new Coke, and then we're up at summer camp working as scouts. I'm like, Rob, did you hear that they're bringing back the real Coke? You know, he was like, he bought up cases and cases. You know, Coke doesn't last either. I mean, it's going to go bad after, you know, there's only so much you can buy. You know, it's going to last a couple of years and that's it. And he's like, so I'm looking like, Rob, they're bringing back Coke. He's like, Mark, you're one of my best friends. If you're effing with me, I won't swear, I will kill you. And look at his eyes. He's like, no, look at my eyes. This is serious, man. He's like, if you're effing with me, I will kill you. I'm like, well, this is what I heard on the radio, Rob.
Dude, you could never
like he was like
father.
He was so dead set.
Yeah, my dad was like that too. And you could never convince my dad. My dad thought it was a big marketing thing. He thought that they changed it and always had plans to bring back Coca-Cola Classic. And I couldn't tell.
No, they did
Dad, you don't do that. That's insane. But you couldn't convince him.
No, they never. That was. I know a guy that wrote. It was crazy, but someone in my high school class, he wrote. His dad actually broke the new Coke story. He wrote for back then. You had newsletters you'd send out. It was like a beverage insider newsletter. And he actually broke the story. And I asked him. He's like, no, it was totally legit. That they thought it was going to take over. Just kind of like new Star Wars is going to be good and Rey would be good. That was just one of the classic blunders of all time. So so it's just. It's just crazy. It's really crazy. So So I did mention Star Wars, but we'll talk about candy for a few minutes. Maybe we talk about Star Wars.
Man, not Star Wars.
Well, Hungry's talking about the Southern people upset at RC Cola. Yeah, because I remember that used to be a lot more available down here, but it's still on some of our shelves. I saw some the other day in Southern Alabama. So you can still find RC around.
Hey, Dad, man, let's go to Publix and get an RC Cola and a big old sandwich and split it in the parking lot. You ever had a Publix sub, dude?
No, I think I've had it once, but you get the sub and I'll get the chicken and we can split it.
Oh man, the chicken fingers, like the strips.
I just the bone-on chicken. I mean, any of their chicken is just the chicken wings. I mean. Yeah, you don't need to go anywhere else if you have a Publix around. If you like sweet tea, hey.
Yes.
Oh, sweet tea, right? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if they had the article from the Coca-Cola article. But
wait, guys,
Beverage Digest.
I have a serious question. My nephews just texted me because they heard me talking about Star Wars. Is the new Star Wars movies really going to be about Rey, or are they effing with me? Because they like
that's what the announcement is and what it was. She appeared on stage at Celebration too. I mean, the whole thing is
Celebration. Yeah.
The rumor, what I've been hearing is that they're going to almost give like what happened with Luke eventually with her reestablishing the Jedi Academy because he obviously failed and all that crap. So it's like, I mean,
dude, that's sacrilegious. Are you guys
it doesn't matter. They have no ideas.
Garbage.
They had no ideas. They should have gone in and completely. At this point, they should just throw all the old stuff away and just make it what they want. Because once they took out anything, when they decided they were not going to stick with the Skywalker bloodline, that was the key to what Star Wars universe was. It wasn't all these other damn side characters and all. Yeah, they were important. They all had roles and they had their things in the universe. But the main point that made Star Wars was the Skywalker bloodline, from Anakin on down to the grandchildren, to the Solo marriages, all that stuff. Even Jagged Fell marrying Jaina Solo, which was part of the old Imperial. All that stuff, it splintered out. It had connections. It had roots. But it got back to the Skywalker bloodline. But this bullshit bastardization of, I'm Rey Skywalker.
You can't just name yourself. Yeah, I mean, I'm Rey Skywalker.
Yeah, it's like
I'm Patrick Lincoln now. It doesn't mean I'm Abraham Lincoln's great grandson. That is the God. I hate him, man. I really do. I'm really upset by this.
And they get away with it because
Jesus Christ,
they just keep going with it.
But Devin, what kills me about this, dude, I got to say this: these idiots win it, and they're the ones that threw away the whole this vast extended universe that survived in books and they're the ones that decided to throw it in the garbage. Now they want to take it and piecemeal it and screw it up and try to make some Frankenstein monster out of it and put it together to do 3 more shit movies. I'm sorry, Mark, I didn't mean to curse on your show, but
I had to stop myself too, Pat.
I mean, God, aren't you guys like
Pat, the thing is, Pat, they're not stupid. They're doing exactly what they want to do. From day one, they wanted to kind of take it in a direction, and instead of them just saying we screwed up and go back, they're doubling down. They've set these new characters, so now all that they left with is trying to take old ideas and member bury everybody to death. You know, member bury people to kind of lure them back into what it was. This whole idea of the Thrawn trilogy will not be the Thrawn of the true Timothy Zahn books. It will be that bastardization, rebel stuff because of Filoni with his
rebel
crap.
Filoni dribble.
Yeah, it's crap. Thrawn was not like that. If you read the damn books, he would. There's just so much here with it. But these idiots know what they're doing. Well, they're smart people. They know what they're doing because you know what? They're, at the end of the day, they know that it's still going to make a profit. They still know that there's going to be enough sales. They don't give a rat's ass about the old guard and the other people because they're marketing it at a new generation of people that won't question, won't argue, and will just take what they're given. And they pollute it with this, well, don't question us, don't ask, you're a hater, you're a blah, 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 all this other stuff. No, what you did is you took a child heart, something that people spent time and money. I read the Star Wars expanded universe. You know how hard that is for me to read. Like when I talked with Raquel on my show once, I'm not a reader. It is a hard thing for me to read books and to do stuff. So when I find something that I want to read, when I get it and I get engaged, it's a big thing to me. So what those guys have done is just say, none of it mattered what I did before. And you're right. They're really, really insulting, adding salt to the wound with this. Well, we're just going to take this stuff out and put it here. And it's not the same because you've taken the Skywalker bloodline and made it irrelevant by now having a bastardization of somebody, quote, calling themselves Skywalker instead of some true bloodline that was there from the beginning. Granted, I don't think that they should have taken all the old UU and just made movies. Because I always think there's a danger when you try to take a property and make movies fit books because you lack originality, can get boring, and it may not reach out to other older people. But you know what? You could have taken the Skywalker, had the 4 people, had the main characters for that first movie, have their kids and the grandkids, instead of making Honda's deadbeat dad off in space, having them as a family and having his kids there, respecting his father, and they had their problems and stuff in the EU, but instead building on that and then create your new stories with them as the centerpieces. You could have introduced new Skywalker characters. You didn't have to do it. And you didn't have to use all the old stories. You could have created new stories with them. But you would have kept the heart of what made Star Wars what it was that had people drawn to it and all. you make Han Solo a deadbeat dad flying around the universe as a midlife crisis guy. Jake Skywalker, who, they destroyed it, but I think, anyway, they could have done so much more with it. But I will also say, you could not take all the old EU and just make it straight without changing it. You know what I mean? Because I don't think it would have fit right for a new generation.
Smart when he did the EU, or he would say he never said
he set rules.
Everything was canon, but or you could pick and choose from it, so not everything was canon per se. And I wasn't.
But here's the difference with that is,
but he never said it wasn't too. A lot of the things.
No, but he
left it.
But the thing is, with all those books, Lucas was in control of everything that came out. All those storylines, all that stuff had to be approved by him. Where they did in each of these book series had to be approved by him before they came out. Unlike now, where it seems like they're just throwing stuff off the wall and are intentionally doing things to agitate people. That's why they're finding that there's inconsistencies within their own canon now. Is because there's not somebody that is truly going, and monitoring this and keeping it together. One of the debates about Ahsoka was he thought she should have died in Order 66. Well, guess what? I agree, because now with her staying around, she's now more important than Luke and all the others, because somebody's got this thing with a character they did, like Darth Maul, the double red lightsaber. I hated that in Rebels. The guy died, he cut in half, and should have died and stayed gone forever. But they found a way to, quote, bring him back and resurrect him. And don't kill your character.
I don't think he has a rectum. You said resurrect him or rectum. I don't think he has a rectum anymore.
Well, he doesn't have that anymore. That part apparently destroyed in the. I'm sorry, Mark. Thank you for letting me rant for a few minutes. Hopefully that made sense.
We got Dadman's Dadman. You better go eat some more peeps. Dadman is on a roll.
Pat S knew what buttons to push with that one, but in all seriousness, when you look at when he controlled it, it had to be approved. There had to be a plot. There had to be an arc. There had to be a consistency and stuff. It operated within certain rules, within the parameters. You look at what we found out with these 3 Mouse movies. They just made it up as it went along. They didn't have a plot line. The 3 series had no connection.
Inconceivable.
And the last one was even more off the wall. If Last so Jedi bad. Wasn't, and and honestly, I know there's the Trek debates over their stuff, and I know that there's people on different sides. I know this episode, season 3 of Picard, apparently has got people liking it that did not like the first 2. And I know there's those debates, but you know what? I find myself in this camp that I can't watch this stuff anymore, Mark. I mean, I know you cover Mandalorian and stuff. Yep. I want to try to tell I like that tonight. I was like, well, maybe I should watch it in case Mark wants to talk about it, but I don't know that I can emotionally invest in it, because they've done so much to destroy everything.
What if Baby Yoda comes back with Rey? Someone mentioned.
Baby Yoda needs to go away. They should let Baby Yoda with Luke, but then again, he can't be, because that's one of the other rumors is that he'll come back with Rey in these movies. So
that's yep. Oh, Lunrod just says that it's just me. The characters of No Line gets unusual level of love, kind of like Morn, who mourns for Morn from DS9. Yeah.
So, anyway. Wolfie's here. Dearest is here. Hi, Dearest. And Linrod, what's up? Dennis McCullough. Everyone,
yeah.
Dennis McCullough. Hello, welcome everybody.
Yeah, everyone's rolling in. Yep, great to see everyone. Happy Easter. And hail to Wolfie. Yep. Constitution class. Yep. I like ships that don't make a good. Yeah. Well. Yeah. You can say the ships are gorgeous. I think that they've done a great job with the ships on the show, but doesn't mean it's a good story. Yeah, and that doesn't excuse things. Yeah. I want to read the first 2 paragraphs of this article here.
Sorry, Mark. Thanks for letting me rant a little bit.
No, it's all good. That's what we're here for. So Star Wars Celebration 2023, 3 new Star Wars movies announced. And when was the last Star Wars movie, if we could call it a Star Wars movie? That was 3 years ago now?
Yeah, it was it was just before everything shut down. 2019, December 2019. No, the horror was 2016, Last Jedi.
Well, I'm thinking the last horror, but I think that was the last movie I saw.
All 3 are horrible.
Before the vid, yeah.
Force Awakens, Last Dead Guy, and
the most recent horror.
Well, the 2019. It was 2019 December because everything shut down. Well, Last Jedi was so bad you could see the bad fighting in it. But
but we're gonna get a Star Wars movie each year, so that just shows you how bad those movies were. So today at Lucasfilm Studios showcase at Star Wars Celebration Europe 2023, Lucasfilm President Kathleen Kennedy announced the 3 new live-action Star Wars films are on the way. Helming the movies are James Mangold, Logan, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, Dave Filoni, The Mandalorian, Ashoka, and the Academy and Emmy Award-winning director Shaim Chinoy. I apologize for pronouncing his name incorrectly, which I probably did. Ms. Marvel saving face, or is it a lady? I don't know. I don't want to assume. James Mangold's movie will go back to the Dawn of the Jedi. Well, Dave Filoni's will focus on the New Republic. So I'd love to, New Republic. The video game was great, and there's some great stuff there. And close out the interconnected stories told in The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett, Ahsoka, and other Disney Plus series. So I guess they're going to try to tie them all together. And that person who I can't pronounce, I apologize, will be set after the events of Star Wars Rise of Skywalker, the horror, and feature Daisy Ridley back as Rey, the most boring Jedi ever, as she builds the new Jedi Order. As you can see by all the television we've been doing, we're exploring a lot of different storylines. This really spawns from what George Lucas said years ago, that he created Star Wars to move forward and backward along a mythological timeline, Kennedy said. Now we're looking to broaden that timeline to only females, building a rich future, expanding upon the present, going deep into the past to tell our stories. And we're thrilled to be working with some of the best and most passionate filmmakers on projects that will span the past, present, future, and the Force is female. Stay tuned for StarWars.com for more on these films and get ready to pass the popcorn.
You did a good job there, Mark.
I maybe threw in a few lines that were not in the original article. And this is credited to StarWars.com to stay copyright compliant. Thank you, StarWars.com team, for that announcement on April 7th. No, it is April 7th. It's not an April Fool's joke. I started to laugh when I heard they were going to actually make a movie with Rey, because like how silly.
They don't like money.
I guess these are the 3 directors, so I guess
didn't the last movie lose money? Like ultimately,
yes.
But why would what? I mean, I'm done. Dude, I always knew that they loved themselves and they thought they were the smartest people in the world, but it wasn't until just right now that it has hit me. And I know I'm like the last guy in line to get this, but I got to tell you something. I never really believed it before, but I totally do tonight. They hate us. They don't dislike us. They don't dismiss us. They actively hate us. There's no doubt in my mind. There's nothing anybody could tell me that would make me think any differently.
Agreed.
Yeah, I mean, because Rey, again, we always say this is nothing, no dislike of the actors, unless, of course, as an actor, always preface that, attacks the fans or goes after fans. I mean, Daisy Ridley's a, gorgeous woman, I think, but just the character of Rey, and, probably a fine actress, but the character of Rey is just so boring. It's just such a boring character. I mean, can't play the clip, but it was, Mark Hamill, there was a clip going around the other day. It's like, let's take an orphan, put him in the desert, give him no training, and they become a Jedi Knight. I guess before he got all the messaging, and I should have clipped it or saved it, but it was just amazing to hear him, make fun of, the Rey character.
Dude, let me tell you that he's no hero. He cashed every one of those checks, and now he goes on and makes fun of it. If he really felt that way, like he did, like I had a lot of respect.
He just said something then, or drop out of the movie.
I'm not doing it.
I'm not doing it.
Like he says he's not going to do the joke anymore because he can't do it with Kevin Conroy. I respect the hell out of that. But dude, you know what? He should have, after the second movie, said, "This is insanity. I'm not playing this game anymore. I'm done." That's what a hero would have done.
No, and it's just when I saw that first movie, I think a lot of people said they liked the first one. I never, not to claim that I'm a great prediction, but I never liked the first movie. I turned to my buddy in the movie theater, like, haven't we seen this before? It was such a reductive plot. I mean, another Death Star planet. That's I thought the movie opened okay with Rey in the desert. There was kind of exciting. Then you got to see the Ben Skywalker and that the scene with that scene and BB. It wasn't bad, and then it was all, and then you kind of think that maybe Finn might be a Jedi. But then it was all downhill from it. Finn, they turned his character into a joke, and of course, why they do that. They can't have him in China be a hero, right? And just Rey was just boring. And then at the end of the first movie, I'm like, oh, you kind of like her character a little bit, and I'm like, oh, she's gonna get sliced and diced here. I'm like, I'm like, how many limbs do you think she's gonna lose? Both her legs and her hand, maybe now.
Yeah.
She's able to fight. She's able to fight Kylo Ren, who's been training his whole life, and nothing. And she can hold and Finn can too. I'm like, he's either gonna be the worst Jedi in the universe, or just it's really. I'm like,
yeah, I don't understand. Like, if you see Empire. Like, Luke went through this intense but yet short training. He didn't finish his training. And what happened? He got the snot beat out of him. Yep. But yet she can, like, dude, this is how stupid I was. You guys are going to laugh at me, but I'm telling you, I really thought this. The first movie, what was that called? Like, The Rise of, or whatever.
The Force Awakens. The Force Awakens.
When the lightsaber came out of the snow and started flying, I really thought that was like when Luke was going to come in. Like, he had known something. And then she catches the lightsaber, and I'm like, wait, what? And, of course, by the time we get to the second, I didn't even see the third movie or Solo. By the time they got to the second movie and Leia force floats through outer space.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
Yeah, and I turned to my friend, and I'm like, dude, I'm done. I sat there the rest of the movie because we're going to go eat Chick-fil-A, and I wanted Chick-fil-A. But honest to God, if it wasn't for delicious Chick-fil-A, I'd have walked in the lobby and played video games because I was finished at that point. And I still haven't seen either one of those movies and don't want to. Or any stupid Mandalorian or the fake Boba Fett either. I don't want
Boba Fett was by far the worst. Yeah.
Horrible. What about Obi-Wan? Wasn't that terrible too?
It was horrible.
That was pretty bad too. Yeah, he can't get around a gate. That's the problem. Right. I remember that scene where I'm watching it too. Certain things I gotta say. Sometimes it's like a fan. Sometimes we nitpick too much, or I nitpick too much on things, and like Wrath of Khan. I've watched it so many times. There's like, but what I'm trying to say is like
perfect movie, brother.
But what I'm trying to say is like there's little silly minor things that you can pick on, but when you have a glaring error that when you're watching it that first time and you're looking at it, you're dumbfounded. I think Clammertons and I've talked about this, the stupidity of a movie. I'm trying to say like sometimes fans can nitpick like little minor stuff that doesn't really matter, like what was the combination of the safe on the planet, the joke with Shatner. But I mean, when you're watching this, I'm like, they just showed you an overhead shot. Let me see if I can find it of Obi-Wan, and they show you the shot, and the gate doesn't go all the way up to the mountain. Like, it'd be different if like they had this massive gate that went up in between a valley, and Obi-Wan can't get around the gate. It's like you can just walk around the gate. I mean, and who's watching this stuff? I mean, let's see here. It's got to come up. Just the search. Yeah, here. Yeah. So they're showing. Let's see. Yeah, here's the gate. It's like I could see. Yeah, where it's stopping a vehicle or something. But they're just something silly, and then you just walk around the gate. Like, what did he do? Did he jump over the gate or what did he do to get around or did he drive through it? I can't remember now. So
did they drive? It was just I only watched it once. I'll only ever watch it. Never watch it again. So
yeah.
Was that the one in Obi-Wan?
Like 4 or 5 or whatever, 3 maybe 4. Episode 3 or 4, something like that.
Oh, I didn't
watch
they were
out on some planet for no particular reason, riding in this transport, and it gets stopped. And there's the gate right there. And it's like
exactly.
Oh, here's the overhead view. Here's the overhead view. Yeah, this is what I wanted to show. Thank you for ever posted this on the Twitters. But yeah, there's the gate, and you can walk right around it. He's trying to. Oh, and he shot it. That's what he did. He shot the thing.
He shot it.
I guess all right. I guess you could, but it was just kind of like more of the problem is why would they build a gate like that you could drive around or get around? Just an example of things that we just don't. As a fan, when you see it that first time, you're like, come on, what's going on here? And it's just bringing down your love of all things Star Wars. Unfortunately, that's the problem.
Cloppy, I don't know if you were wrenching when Paulie was doing his late night Andor reviews, but they had a guy on. I wish I could remember who it was, and he made the best comment because it really did encapsulate Andor. Which he was like, I got to tell you, after seeing 2 episodes of them building part of a TIE fighter, it sure was nice to have an episode where they swam and ran through the desert for a while. Because Andor was definitely like, you could have definitely done Andor in 3 episodes. You did not need 11 episodes of hanging out in the forest.
I still haven't finished watching. I did watch the first 3 episodes. I thought the first 3 episodes were decent, but very stretched.
Well, that's because, like a fool, I really enjoyed Rogue One, but boy, was I.
Well, Mark,
but why were you making a movie about him or a series about a character who's already, God rest his soul, passed away in the service of the rebellion? But that movie, I did really like Rogue One a lot. I have to say. So,
are you going to watch the Minnie Bothan's series when it comes out?
Yeah. Oh God, Minnie Bothan's. Well, listen, because that was Return of the Jedi, which Return of the Jedi is supposed to be out in theaters at the end of the month. I think April 28th, because it's the 40th anniversary.
Yep.
I will be there for that.
Seen it.
Is it the new Lucas version or is it the classic version?
Who knows? I'll go watch it.
Probably the special effect one, right? Yeah,
it probably is.
I'll probably go
too, I will say I got a great wife because my great wife years ago when they put all 3 out in the movie theaters, we watched them back to back back in the late 90s. So, but one thing I wanted to say beyond that too was apparently Rise of Skywalker did make a profit technically, but it was only $300 million, and it was a lower profit than Rogue One made. But even then, Rogue One, if you look back at it, they took a lot of EU storylines and twisted it into these characters like Andor and Jen Erso to kind of get, so everything they've been doing along the line, they've been lifting from somewhere else. So it's not new. It's the way that they've approached this whole thing all along. But yeah, it's I don't know. It's hard to watch, I think, at some point, but Rogue One was the best I thought of all of them that I had seen, because it was, I think, plausible, because there's one of the comments that I saw, I was just trying to think about somebody that I don't remember who said in the chat about, I think Lenrod had said about being stoked for Force Awakens and was let down. I was too. I mean, I know I was happy, was excited, but then at the end, you're like, I only got one scene of Luke Skywalker at the very end after waiting 40 years. And then, then it was like, and then, Han got, axed off by this delinquent kid. It's like, there was so much about it that left me, they could have done so much more, but yeah, but of the 3, it was the best. And Solo was the one I was mocking out loud in the theater. My kid and her friend were laughing at first.
Your name is Solo.
Yeah. Well, no, that was not it. The part with Darth Maul showing up, I started talking out loud in the movie theater. My kid was trying to make me be quiet, but it's like, anyway.
And Darius is not a fan of Rogue One. I got to say I like it, and a couple people like it, but yeah, I mean, that was we didn't get anything good after whether you like that one or not. I think most people at least agree that it was a decent start. At that point, most people thought it was a decent movie and thought, oh, we might be onto something good here. And when Disney first bought Star Wars, I didn't know Lucas, wasn't following as close. I didn't know Lucas had a plan to make new movies. And he was just wiped out and tired, and which I don't blame him for. And he sold it, and then they didn't follow his storyline as they'd written up. And wow, we ended up with total disaster. Total disaster after that. So Yeah, and I guess they did a ton of Rogue One reshoots, but I'm being on, I did enjoy that movie. I did like it, but I don't know why they went back and did a series about Andor. Maybe if you're going to do like a 2 hour, like you said, Pat, do a 2 hour miniseries or a 3 hour miniseries movie. If you want to show some backstory to his character, but only should do that too if things are going great in the Star Wars universe. We want to have some great combat and action and fighting. Look at Captain Phasma, how built up her character was, and then nothing happened with her character. Let's end of Rogue One, everyone crazy over Darth Vader in action, coming down the corridor on the Corellian ship there and the spaceship, and what a badass scene that was. If you'd gotten some great Darth Vader action, or I guess I'd recommend read the Star Wars comic book Vader, issues 1 through 25. Star Wars Theory's done a great recap of that, actually like a live comic version with people reading him doing the voices and reading the comic. Let me see if I can find that. That's probably some of the best new Star Wars we've gotten.
Mark, while you're pulling that up, I really want to, and I want to hear what you have to say about it. But I want to ask Clobby and Dadman a really serious question. And it's interesting because Dadman's definitely a Star Wars guy, and Clobby's definitely a comic book guy. I made a comment the other day that I thought Disney was too big to fail, but there's a part of me that kind of doesn't also believe that, and I'm just wondering, where do you guys see, like, maybe not the end game, but with Disney kind of chunking Marvel and not doing anything great with Star Wars, where do you see those two properties in Disney as a whole in 5 years? Is it possible that they really are a company that's in the hole? Or, if you don't think you can answer, just say that. But I really would like to hear what you guys think about that.
I'll let Clobby talk first if you'd like.
Wait a minute, I just got back. I had to. What was your basic question?
Oh, I said a few days ago I made the comment that I thought Disney was too big to fail, but then there's a part of me that wonders, like, is it though? And I was wondering what you guys think of with Marvel and Star Wars doing so terrible. I mean, Star Wars is definitely in the toilet. Where do you see those properties in like 5 years, and could Disney really be in the hole from it? I mean, is it possible that it just eats itself alive? And I'm just kind of wondering what your thoughts are on that.
Yeah. I'll go ahead if you want to think a second, Clobby.
Okay.
Okay, because I think the danger is being so anti whatever that to think, oh yeah, they'll fall apart, they'll go away, and they'll lose. But I think that there's a danger in that. I think that they are getting some traction with newer audiences, normies, or whatever that can be making ground. The people that and it looks like there's more of them now than there are of the old guard that like the old things. And I'm judging a lot of this based on the debates and circles I see, the pro canon channels and how they're treated by other people and stuff. And there's like this propensity to attack the people that want to point out the old things that made Star Wars good. And yet, there seems to be nobody wants to listen to the old ways. It's like call them crackpots and blah blah blah, and things have to change. But it becomes personal and not just listening to why things were the way they were. That there was an order, there was some consistency and things like that, and not just stuff that's made up on a whim or agenda driven or this, that, or the other. But
I just want to say hi to Joe's Atmosphere and JT Kirk. Happy Easter, guys! Thank you for
happy Easter.
Hey Joe, hey JT,
hello. But my basic warning though, Pat, is it'd be easy to say, oh, they'll flop, they'll go away, and all this stuff. But they're still a huge studio. They still have the streaming. They still have the marketing arms, and there are younger people that I know. I know I'm engaging in debates with some of our mutual friends, and it's like they don't see the problems with some of the stuff that I see. They're more willing to open the horizons and things, and I think that that's what they're banking on. So will it be what it was, and will people buy the toys? Doesn't look like it. It's one thing getting them to go to a movie, but it's a different thing getting them to buy a lot of toys and products and stuff. Mm-hmm. And that could be a generational issue. But I mean, I would not be surprised to see the new Star Wars as it is now. What Star Wars will be down the road, and it probably will be somewhat financially successful. Maybe it's a small profit, but you know what? A profit's a profit still. And as long as you're not losing money, you can pretty much, I think, justify what you've done. And so that's my only warning. I think it'd be easy to say it'll be gone or whatever, but I just think there's a lot of trends that say it's going to be around still. It won't be anything we like, but it'll be around.
No, Dad, man, I believe you, because when I tell you, and I did my little thing like I said I was on 24th show on Wednesday and said my piece about Picard season 3, you could have never made me believe a year ago that this person, and I'm not naming any names because I don't want to, would be on the train like in Picard 3. It's like there's no way that these people would like that. So I'll believe anything, and that's why I'm asking you guys. So I don't know.
Well, I think. Well, let me just.
Oh yeah.
I just want to say, no. Sorry, I just want to interrupt quick. But yeah, this is. Well, I have it on the screen. Star Wars Theory. That's the covering issue. Is 110 million views on this. Issues 1 to 25 of the 2018 comic. So if you don't have the comic, I guess you got approval to show most of these panels, and it's probably like 85% of the series, and it's really really well done. And it was a great comic. And then we've got some great comment. Well, GF, I'm not putting that up, but you're gonna go burn in hell, buddy, for putting that up. Happy blank zombie day. Yeah. I'm sending my Catholic school nuns at you, GF. Yep.
Wow, dude, they really ruined you. I guess they slapped your hand one too many times for right and left-handed.
And then let's see, a couple of was another comment I wanted to put up, but yeah, I think nothing's too big to fail, right? I mean, we've all seen things go away, right? Business you don't think could ever get taken over. Anyone remember Netscape? Netscape was riding high, and they had the whole browser market, and then Microsoft came in and gave away Internet Explorer for free. Same thing with Microsoft Office. Everyone remembers, all the word processing software that was out. Lotus Suite, Lotus 123 was the first. Not technically the first spreadsheet, but probably the first most popular, spreadsheet software out there. And what did Microsoft Office do back in the 90s? They started giving away Excel and Word for free if you bought a new Gateway computer. Then they called it Gateway 2000, or with new computers. Right. You buy a new computer, you got Office and Windows for free. Guess what? So, there's a lot of big companies that have failed, and look at the comic book industry. I mean, I don't know. Would I go see a movie with a new Star Wars movie with Rey in it? I don't even know if I'd want to go. I mean,
no, who would?
Yeah, I mean,
sadly, newer and younger audiences that are more willing. That are more willing to open their minds to. But the problem is, maybe not in the short term, but if you keep this going long enough, and if enough younger people get into it, it could be like us older people were 40 years ago, the last 30 years, where we were the big number, but as we die off, they're the big numbers, and the thing will be, will they spend the money? That's the difference. Our generation is shown to spend the money either in toys and ticket sales. Their idea, I'll wait for it on streaming, So this, how I think that long term it'll be what it comes down to into profitability. But I think at that point you've damaged and destroyed the franchise. It's become something different than what it was when the creator had it.
And hail to Claude. You got some hard-boiled eggs today. Wow, you were a lucky guy. You didn't even get deviled eggs. Happy Easter even to the bunny buyers. Hey, Snowdub is here. Hail Snowdub.
Hail Snowdub.
Thanks for stopping by. Happy Easter.
Snow makes me think. Hey. Look how bad Disney messed up the Muppets. They can't get anything going with those guys. Mm-hmm. And that stuff used to be, hey, we're going to do a Muppet commercial. And 1 million people would stop what they were doing to watch it. What's the last good thing the Muppets have done in the last 10 or 15 years? Nothing. They suck now.
It's a shame, yeah. That's very shame. Yep. I remember getting their music from Napster. Yep. Yeah, IBM lost the entire home PC market. I still have my PC Junior and still works. That was they lost out to Apple, and then of course the Tandy 1000 came out. Cheap clones, but of course
Radio
thankfully
Shack,
they had
baby.
that open Radio Shack. They had that open architecture that everyone copied. We're still, unless you're on a Mac, you're still using that basic architecture. The first computer I bought for myself was a cow. Yeah, well, Gateway 2000 that was their logo was cow spots. If anyone remembers their Gateway computers. They were probably the big, and Dell, of course, still around, but Gateway computers. Let's have fun goggling that there's the Gateway logo, and I still have a ton of old Gateway computers.
Dude, as long as we still have Pan Am, MySpace, and Radio Shack, we'll be okay.
Right?
That's the real stuff.
No, but Disney in the 70s, Disney almost went under too. So actually, the movie Splash with Daryl Hannah and Tom Hanks actually was one of the helped save Disney. And then once you had the Little Mermaid, rejuvenated all the animation side. So the 70s, they had some good movies, but then they also had some flops too. And there was talk that Disney was going to go under, and their stock had tanked. And then Eisner came in and saved the company, and then they built Epcot, and they were on quite the roll. But if you look at Splash and Little Mermaid, really saved that company. Yeah. Oh, and Geoff, yep, his mom was a Pan Am stewardess for years. Yep. We don't have Mara Jade in anything, right? They haven't got a chance to.
Just wait.
We're gonna ruin her yet.
Just wait.
Right.
She'll be eventually be in Ahsoka, because that's the one that's going to be destroying Heir to the Empire. It's going to be turning it into girl to the hair to the Empire, because it's going to be all about chicks. It's a sequel to Rebels, basically.
Yeah, it won't have the whole thing that made Heir to the Empire what it was as a novel.
That's going to be a disgrace.
Yeah.
What was the basic storyline of that, Dad, man? Since you're our Star Wars expert here, you could explain. And
it's been so long since I've read the books, but basically, you got
very simply
the clone emperors out there, and you got Admiral thrown out in the nether regions that come in to keep the Empire going. So it's one of those. It was a very good the Zahn books. They're very, very good. So they
he's helping cover.
Then you had this Jorah Seabaugh too thing, and it's
so sad that Zahn's helping them with this.
That I've heard people say that too. That it's that there's.
Didn't this help to save Star Wars in some ways? These books weren't these. I remember reading.
Yeah, it helped continue, because after the movie, after Jedi, you didn't have anything else, so the books really kept the interest going.
And wasn't this the most popular one? If I'm not.
Yeah. It was the best. Shadows of the Empire was nowhere near as good as this, in my opinion.
Right, this was considered the best one, and
Heirs of the Empire. And it revitalized the books. I mean, that became, the comics got revitalized by Dark Empire on Dark Horse, and this came out not too long after that, and it really just got the books flying again, and got big books. Then you started getting all the X-Wing books and all these other different Rogue Squadron books, all these. I mean, it really started out. I think this really jump-started the
15 million copies.
Star Wars books. People had some weaknesses with it. The whole cloning thing. I think there were some. I
never liked the Lemiri stuff and Jedi kryptonite and things like that. But
still, it was a very important book. But I think right now one of the biggest concern is what they're going to do with Thrawn. That it will not be the Thrawn from the book. That they've kind of alluded to it, and I think Clobby's alluded to it, is that Thrawn in Rebels is not what Thrawn was in this. So you can expect it. The shift is going to be towards Ahsoka. They got a good actor though. Yeah. It's going to be more rumored, that Ahsoka takes everything that Luke was done.
They got a good actor for it, but that's not going to help.
No.
Well, here, let me read these few paragraphs for people, just in case there's anyone listening and not seeing the screen. But here's the #1 New York Times bestselling novel that reignited the entire Star Wars publishing phenomenon. Well, I think it started the Star Wars publishing, not reignited, I guess, unless you're saying the book movie sold well. Obviously, the teleplays of the movies, but. The biggest event in the history of Star Wars books, Heir to the Empire, follows the adventures of Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, and Princess Leia after they led the Rebel Alliance to victory in Star Wars Episode 6, The Return of the Jedi, the last Star Wars movie. 5 years after the Death Star was destroyed and Darth Vader and the Emperor were defeated, the galaxy is struggling to heal the wounds of war. Princess Leia and Han Solo are married and expecting twins, and Luke Skywalker has become the first in a long-awaited line of new Jedi Knights. And then the new Star Wars movies happen. Oh, sorry, it kills me. But thousands of light years away, the last of the Emperor's warlords, the brilliant and deadly Grand Admiral Thrawn, has taken command of the shattered Imperial fleet, ready for war, and pointed at the fragile heart of the New Republic. For this dark war has made 2 vital discoveries that could destroy everything the courageous men and women of the Rebel Alliance had fought so hard to create. So it's set 5 years after the Battle of Endor. Now that's a great setup, right? I mean, why didn't we get that as the new Star Wars movies? We got it right
I'm
there.
curious about one thing. I'm going to be curious with one thing how they're going to do that in here, because you see right there, we're talking about he comes back to take over the Imperial remnant. Well, how do we reconcile the remaining and this is 15 years later with the next? Well, no, Ahsoka's. I'm sorry, I'm getting Ahsoka and Rey confused, the 2 different timelines. But you got to have the Imperial remnant, which then everybody's biggest question is how did the First Order ever arrive? Which to me was also one of the problems. I think they should have kept the old Empire around instead of doing what they did. But
well, none of it made sense. Like you had an army out of nowhere, and all you needed
with a big
was
moon
maybe
cannon. Yeah.
All you needed was maybe a 5-minute explanation, or this plot explanation is you've got the remnants of the Empire, which makes sense. I mean, this makes more sense. This two sentences here. Than than anything in the new Star Wars movies. You've got the remnants of the Empire, but nothing. They didn't do anything to explain what was happening or what happened to Luke and why Then of course you make Luke Skywalker a failure, so your hero is a total reject now. Tried to kill his sister's son.
Yeah,
I mean
because he had a bad dream.
Yeah.
And see, like you're saying in here, a lot of this is coming back. It's been so long since I read the book, but all that made sense. But then again, I don't know, how do you deal with a older time-wise though? This was back closer to after the Battle of Endor, so it's 40 years after they made Return of the Jedi. So this is 5 years after Battle of Endor. You couldn't have done this with the modern, actors, because
they would have been too old. But you could have referred to it, or you could have done a flashback movie, or it had flashbacks in it with
or use the CGI to make them younger, like they're doing like crazy now. But but
let me just read this paragraph here. So it says 5 years after the Battle of Endor, the New Republic holds a fragile control of the galaxy. A new threat emerges, which makes perfect sense, right? Having been posted so far away from the action, Grand Admiral Thrawn, a kind and intelligent Chiss commander, begins to gather his Imperial forces for strategic attack on the New Republic. With the aid of Captain Gilead Felion and Thrawn's personal bodyguard Ruck, they begin to set in motion an almost unbeatable plan. And when you read these words in the book, so you're trying to say, how do they pronounce it? Yeah. They enlist the aid of a mad clone of Jorah C'baoth, a dead Jedi Master, and use the Emperor's hidden weapons vault on the planet Wayland, which the clone guards. The chain of events caused major unrest in the New Republic. So this is a cool setup. All right, you got a crazy clone of a Jedi Master, but they did establish you could clone, and the Clone Wars and the Star Wars universe. So, and then they say Luke Skywalker encounters a Talon Karad and his gang of smugglers. The smugglers capture him and do not turn him over to the Imperials. The smugglers just take him in justice. Han Solo and Lando Calrissian come to see Karad on the New Republic's interest to hire smugglers as traders. Then, if things cannot be worse, Grand Admiral Thrawn comes to visit Karad just as Luke escapes. One of his employees, Mara Jade, chases Luke deep into the forest where both ships crashed. Mara attempts to kill Luke because she believes that he killed the Emperor 5 years earlier during the Battle of Endor, and Mara was the Emperor's hand at the time. However, she finds out that she needs Luke if she is to survive. Then Thrawn himself decides to interfere with Karud's rescue attempts and tries to catch Luke and Mara first. The result is a firefight between Imperial troops and Karad's men. In the end, Karad wins, but has to evacuate his base. Han and Lando head to the shipyards at Sulisvan after they discover, thanks to Karad, that Thrawn has plans. I probably read too much there, but yeah, it's just a much more interesting setup. And I guess they could have done some of that, or maybe done, set the movie in the future, and then you could have had, other actors maybe do, like they tried to do with that Solo movie, make this movie with new actors, right? As a flashback movie, maybe. That's something you could have done, possibly. Hey, Tim Stock, big Star Wars fan here. On your left, yep.
Tim Stock.
But see, I think you could have done it, but I don't know you could have done it to the extent that they're going to do it now, without that much kind of retro, making them all so much younger. But
Oh, and I got to shout out to Shooter, is my first Patreon. So thank you, Shooter.
Shooter.
Just stopping by to say hi. Catch you later.
Sure.
Yeah, he just said, yeah, I'm sorry, I was reading that, and I'm away from the screen. So, yep. So, but yeah, sorry, Dabman, go ahead. Yeah, sorry to interrupt you there. Yep.
Yeah, it's I think I lost where I was, but basically,
sorry about that.
Yeah, well, basically, I think you just can't. Again, they're locked with the time frames. 5 years after Jedi. Well, we're 40 years later. That's a movie that should have been made 35 years ago or 30 years ago when everybody was younger. But again, they're trying to take this, and what they're doing, and they probably have to do it this way, is that they're going to take this plot story and they're going to put it in theoretically with Ahsoka, theoretically, or any other character, and link it down the maybe we'll see Rey in there somehow. But they're going to probably take this and fit it in with the characters that they've established. See,
they'll just tweak the stories.
I think if they were going to do this,
at their heart are good stories at their heart of it.
I think if they were going to do this, they should have. They should find some other non-Ahsoka character to have it. Maybe a predecessor of Rey, or maybe Rey's mother and father. Who knows what, or his Rey's mother, or something that we really didn't hear addressed in the Mouse movies, because we supposedly what she's Palpatine, but what about her mother and father? If she's a grandchild of Palpatine,
nothing makes sense. Nothing makes sense.
But what I mean. Take a different tact on it. If you're going to change it all anyway, have it lead to her. Don't make it Ahsoka's storyline.
That's what they're gonna do. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? Instead of calling her Rey, they should have called her BJ. And then what we could have found out later on in the story is, like, somebody could be like, why is she called BJ? What does BJ stand for? And then you find out that really her mother's name was just B, like Aunt B. And her father's name was J, like short for James. And that's where they came up with it. Her real name is just BJ. That would have been good. That's good storytelling.
Yep.
Does anybody know what that's from? Come on. That was an episode of MASH where Hawkeye wanted to find out why BJ was called. Yeah.
They never could figure out his name.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yep.
So Tim says, great show, but thank you very much. Yep.
Thank you, Tim. Happy Easter. Tim's got a great channel too, guys. Check him out.
Yeah, awesome channel. Yep. I got his link in my description below. I better have his link.
I was there the night Tim got 1,000 subs. It was pretty cool.
Yeah,
congrats to that. Yeah. So
congrats, Tim.
That's always an awesome milestone.
That's a while ago too, guys. He's like built since then. Yeah, he's tearing it up.
But no, it's just Star Wars. I think it's going to be a total disaster. I think you just can't recover from screwing over your main heroes. It's like whenever, even I love that scene in Mandalorian, of course, in the season 2 where Luke shows up, and I just watched it again a few times because it just makes you feel so good. Just watch that. Just watch that scene, and nothing else matters. But then how it's all going to end up, and it's like, why did they? It's been said before by a lot of people. Why don't they just hand off the new? You create your new characters, and you have adventures with the old characters all together, and then you pass the torch at the end. You don't make the whole movie about the new characters.
Yeah.
And you honor the character's legacy and what they've done. And of course you can have the character's journey and the character, maybe Luke did some things and screwed up, or not intentionally, but and things that maybe were subtle, not character flaws, where doing one thing led to another thing and just unintended consequences in the Empire. The Imperial forces have built up again, after many years in hiding. You don't have the last movie. You have thousands of Star Destroyers all show up. Imagine the capital to have all those Star Destroyers, the people manning those Star Destroyers.
How do you avoid anything with that many starships? You know? All that, which reminded me of that DS9 episode that I saw last night with all the space battles. I was like, that's a damn lot of Federation spaceships in one spot, but kind of a flashback to that scene.
Yeah, just crazy that they that's just not logical. I mean, and of course then at the end of the Last Jedi, what were the rebellion's down to five people and in the Millennium Falcon. I mean, how did you explain them coming back in the next movie too?
Which took place soon after, I believe. It was not like years. It was fairly soon.
Made no sense.
And look, be honest, like the whole Battle of Endor and them winning at the end, it was a complete failure. Luke is worse off. Leia's hugging Rey, and Chewbacca just walks by after Han dies after being a bad father on a derelict ship. I mean, and everything. And not only that, but you forget, don't forget at the end, all the people, they show everybody, everybody's slavery and oh, now there's hope again. Wait, what happened? Did we squander everything we did after we won? Did we just do nothing? Did we didn't start up a new government or anything? Yeah. Wouldn't the logical choice have been having Leia be in charge? I mean, she was a diplomat and stuff. Her father was this high up person and everything. She learned at his feet and all that. And they just squandered all that. What did they all do? Sit around and play tiddlywinks for 20 years? Good Lord.
It was horrible. Everything about that movie is horrible. Everything about Jar Jar Abrams' filth, and his filth, his Trek is filth, and his Star Wars is filth, is horrific. The Force Awakens is, it's splitting hairs to say one of these three movies is worse than the other. They're all absolutely disgraced. They all dump all over Star Wars. So, yeah, it's just trash, man. And what they did to Han Solo was just as bad as what they did to Luke Skywalker, and really what they did to the big three.
Yeah, as Brian has just posted, they systematically eliminated the Trinity, one per Star Wars film. I mean, it's just my dad was very sick at the time, and he loved Star Wars. I begged him to see that movie. See the movie with my sister and I kept begging him. So finally, it took us, back in the 70s. We got to see it, and he ended up loving it too. And then I went to see it, and I'm like, and of course, he loved Han Solo, and Indiana Jones was probably his favorite character. And just then I'm like, his son kills him. I'm like, at the end of the movie, I'm like, I'm not taking Dad to see this. It would already been a struggle to get him to the movie theater. And then I'm like, and why are you killing off your legendary characters? You don't do that to your legendary character. You got to have better writing. Or maybe you have one of those characters, maybe at the end of the last trilogy, sacrifices themselves to save the others. Maybe I don't like it, but maybe I could see that. But the way he died in that first movie, and then you're right. And then Chewie walked by Leia, and then Leia goes for Rey. She didn't even know Rey. Who the hell Rey is?
Yeah, dude. I remember sitting in the theater going, "This makes no sense." And they apologize for it. It's terrible. And then my favorite thing is, in the comics, they wrote a scene where Leia goes and comforts Chewie. I'm like, I don't hear about that nonsense.
They did that because they screwed up so badly.
Yeah, I was going to say, wow, sense. Well, yeah, great.
They knew they screwed up, but it's like, how you guys supposed to be people paying attention to your Star Wars movie? You think who'd you show the movie to that that didn't catch that? I mean,
here's something. Okay, and it's an example of how you could take the EU and use it, but turn things. Okay, fine. Han, you want to kill him off because of course, the actor that it made his career hates the frickin' role so much, but he loves his damn Indiana Jones 400 movies. he could be after the grave still doing Indiana Jones. He wouldn't care. But okay, fine. You want to kill him here? Well, in the EU, Chewbacca died. Well, and Han was there getting people off of a planet with the Yuzon Vong invasions, and they had a moon coming down, crashing on the planet. Chewie threw one of the grandkids up into the Falcon so that they could get up and get off, and they got cut off. So it ends with him howling at this moon coming crashing down on top of him. Why couldn't Han Solo in this movie have a death like that? Something significant, powerful, that seems to be meaningful, and not just, oh, my punk killed me. And it's but it's like what I said, you could take something from the EU, bring it over, change it in a way, but you keep the spirit of everything that made it good, and made it more impactful than just, like Clobby, every time Clobby says it, it's just one more thing. And it's just like a meaningful end of a character. Your hero should have good deaths.
Happy Easter.
Yeah. Hey, Zachary, good to see you. Have your characters have a meaningful death. Have it where it contributes to something, advances the plot and stuff. Like in that whole universe, Chewbacca's death was hard on Han Solo. For years, it's hard to get over. In this movie, he died. Move on.
Yeah.
2 movies later, we'll bring him back as a ghost to kind of lecture his kid who, I don't know, whatever. I don't know. I'm not jaded, am I?
You're marriage-jaded.
Oh. I wouldn't mind a redhead like that. Yeah.
Well, man. she's a redhead. They can't have her, right?
We got a redhead. Yeah.
You gotta get can't have a redhead in the comics. Yeah.
And there is something about Disney and the royalties, and I see that. That's why I keep saying that in some ways you could have incorporated a lot of the spirit of it, and yet changed things. You could have created different named Solo Skywalker kids. You could have used some things that were different, but I think still at the end of the day, you could not get anything short of the Skywalker bloodline. Changes it to an extent that you just, as Padme says, I just can't take a path that you're going. It's breaking my heart. Anyway, so. Anyway.
It's just a real. It's a bummer not to be too articulate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
But at least we still have Marvel, the DCU, and Doctor Who, so that's good. I said.
But and like Darius says, the EU killed Anakin later because it'd be confusing with prequels coming out, and that's fine. There's some things that they did for some consistency things, and but then again, Anakin Solo's death did have meaning with the family and how everything advanced too. So it's all. But at least there, like I said earlier, there was Lucas to keep the continuity throughout, and it was not, it seemed like there was more control over the consistency than what you got now.
Yep.
You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Mm-hmm.
It is Star Wars now, right? As describing what's happening. It's just nothing makes sense. Yeah, Joe. That's not how the Force works. Yeah,
they can fly now. Sorry.
And then they realized that they had flying troopers in the past and in the video games. God, some of those Star Wars video games are just so fantastic. What was the first Star Wars 3D game that I played? Star Wars Dark Forces. Star Wars was it Dark Forces?
Arcade?
No, the 3D shooter. I think that was the Dark Forces line. Yeah, here we go. That's like anyone who grew up in the 90s remember that, or played games in the 90s remember that. And this is the first game where you could actually, that I remember. I think there was another couple other games where you could actually go in the Z direct, look up and down. take your blaster and go up and down. And so that game had it programmed the opposite of most other games. So it's messed me up for years, where I always had to change the axis. But this game, they had one, I think it was Dark Forces 2, had one mission, and you're playing a Jedi Knight. And this is one of the missions. You had a ship that was you're on a Star Destroyer, and it's crashing, and it's tilting lower down, and the mission is timed, and you're trying to get out of there. And even though back then the graphics were amazing, was it Kyle Katarn were you playing as Kyle Katarn in this? I'm trying to remember the character's name, but it was just such a innovative level design. As the starship's crashing, you've got to go through and complete your mission and fight and do all these things while under a time constraint. It's just one of the best levels in games I ever played.
Kind of ripped Halo up on that one, dude.
It's the
final battle in Halo is when the ship's crashing and you have to escape in your car and all.
Okay, yeah, so it's kind of similar. It sounds kind of similar, yeah. But that level, and you're playing as a Jedi, it's just so cool. Oh my God, that was 1997 Dark Forces 2. I mean, look at the graphics, but that was like mind-boggling graphics at the time. That was just like great graphics. I don't know if anyone has played this or seen this game, but I think it's on Steam now, so you can still.
Mark, what was the game where I think it was on the N64 where you're the guy in like the shit that kind of looks like the Millennium Falcon, and you have to do like the train robbery and stuff and all that. Do you remember that? It was
Dash Rendar was the name of the character. That was that
was a fun game.
What was that name? Star Wars. Was it Rogue? No, it was.
We got the dad man here for Star Wars stuff. Yeah, it was a
character Dash Rendar.
I got cut off a second ago.
Yeah.
What was Dash Rendar?
The one thing I didn't get into was a lot of the video games, though. But
the Shadows of the Empire
that
game.
was like the weird vest.
Yeah.
Dash Rendar. Yeah, that was a classic game. Shadows of the Empire, right? Yeah.
I always played.
N64.
I never played it much.
N64. Yep.
I always played Rogue Squadron 3D on the PS4. I mean, not PS4, but on PC actually.
Do you guys remember the tricolor, somewhat monochrome looking pixel arcade game?
Oh my God,
like
that's
hit
the
the
greatest
death. That thing was great.
Oh, that's the greatest video game of all
controller,
time.
was basically a stick. Yeah.
The controller was like well, this is it. You
Yeah,
can
it was
buy
like
it now,
like a steering wheel kind of. Yeah.
Well, they had the stand-up version, but yeah, so
there you
that
go, right
was
there.
just great. Yeah. Yeah, and
that
JT
game was
Kirk's right.
fun.
Yeah, the TIE Fighter game. That's best simulation game of all time. Yeah, TIE Fighter. There was X-Wing Fighter was the first game, and which is very, very good. And TIE Fighter took it to I still play that. I still have that. Yeah. But yeah, this controller here, and they had the sit-down version. Many coins lost their lives. So Mark D can play Star Wars video game.
Now, is that the one that came out? Okay, yes, that's the one I like with the with the old 80s graphics and everything was pixelated.
Yeah, it was all red and green and yeah,
I love that one.
Yeah,
I love the one that came out in the 90s too, the more animated one, but that one was classic.
Yeah, this is arcade one up, so hopefully they'll still selling it, but you can buy all these video games. There's like 3/4 versions of the video games, and of course you can do, you can buy your, do a MAME system and MAME, which multiple arcade. I can't remember what the acronym stands for. It's an emulator, but. This if the missus is watching, my birthday's in June. If you want to drop $600 on this, and I have this on an emulator, but the one thing you got to say is having the controller here.
Yeah,
just makes all the difference in the world.
Having that Tron game's really cool too, dude, with the Tron stick and the little spinner.
Yeah,
I don't know if you guys remember the Tron game where you played basically 3 games. You were the light cycle. No, it was 4. The light cycle, the spiders. The going into the CPU master control
Tron's the greatest.
Tanks.
My favorite game ever.
I love that game too.
About,
I think they have that. Well, here's Dragon's Lair, if you remember the Don Bluth animation. Yeah. This was really not a good game. No offense to anyone. It just it was the nostalgia of the. It was the first CD game,
it was a dumb game, to be honest.
Yeah, and it was just the graphics were. Yeah, and the graphics were amazing. It was just a timing. It was a timing game, and I could never get far. And it cost like $1 to play. Yeah. But it was just the graphics. People went bonkers over the graphics at the time. So it was actually a CD-ROM in the game. So it's a famous game, because for that reason. I'll just flip to the.
We were simple, dude. It didn't take much to impress us.
Yeah. I guess they're not showing the gameplay, but yeah, it was basically a timing on the game. Yeah, and it looked great, but it wasn't a. I guess now it's for the nostalgia, might be fun. But let's see if they've got the Tron. They must have Tron.
Oh yeah, I've seen the game. Yeah,
you've seen it? Okay, yeah.
They don't have Space Ace though.
Let's see, new arrivals. Ms. Pac-Man. Galaga and Galaxian are some of my favorites.
Yeah, love them.
Yeah, Miss Pac-Man's pretty cherry, though, dude.
And also, this is fun with Pong. I'm playing a bar with that. Yeah.
No Robotron 2024.
Robotron 2024 is great. Anyone remember Sinistar?
No.
Sinistar was a great Atari game. It was kind of like a Space Invaders on steroids type game. Let's see if. Here's Galaga, the great Galaga. Oh, it's so good. I love Galaga. Played that for hours too.
What are you? Wait. How are you pronouncing that?
Galaga.
It's Galaga.
I'm saying Galaga, and it's my show, and I'll say it how I want to.
All right, well, fair enough.
How are you supposed to say it? Well, it's Galaxian, right?
Galaga.
Galaga.
Oh gosh,
it's Lady Gaga. That's Lady Gaga. Galaga.
Oh my gosh, I've never heard it pronounced that way. That's
Galaga. I've always heard it
Galaga.
Yeah,
I believe we called it Galaga.
Yeah, maybe it's a southern northern thing. Who knows?
Bob Dale Jr. called it Galaga in the Avengers.
Oh, that's too funny.
Mark can call it that if I can be the elf the next time we all four of us get together and play Gauntlet.
You know what I love with that game though?
Gauntlet, yeah.
You know what I love with that game? I loved it when they came and tractor beamed your one fighter. So then you could go and then get it when it comes down again, and you could get the double fighter.
Yep.
There was a tractor beam in Gauntlet. I don't remember that.
No,
not Gauntlet. Galaxian.
I'm
Galaga.
Galaga. Yeah, you can see the picture back over there.
Well, here where we got Sinistar up. This is I Hunger, like Galaxian, like Galactus, and so you had this. That was Sinistar, and you had to shoot the mines were going around, or the asteroids, and get shields, and then he would collect his pieces, and then once he was fully assembled, he'd come after you, the SOB, and he'd say "I hunger," and he'd take you out. Sinistar was a great game. Fun kind of takeoff on.
What was the game where you were in the living ship and you were basically like fighting inside of an alien? Do you guys remember that? It was like a scroll shooter. You were in the ship.
The what?
Yeah.
I want to say like something Force or something. You guys remember that? Come on. If you saw it, you would know what I'm talking about.
I don't know.
Don't remember that one. No.
I need to see more.
What's it called, Pat?
I don't know. It was like you were in like a living ship. It had like a real kind of like an Aliens, more feel to it.
Okay. I'm not remember.
R-Type. R-Type. Thank you. Whoever said that. R-Type.
And how do I spell that since I can't pronounce or spell
R-Type.
R-Type, yep.
I think that's what it was
type. It's type. No, just kidding.
Yeah, you guys don't remember this?
I don't remember this one. Very Aliens Expired? Huh.
No,
oh, it's on Steam.
I don't know that one.
Oh.
Only the arcade games.
I don't remember that one. Interesting. That was one of your favorite games, or?
Yeah. I should have said Paperboy. You guys would remember that.
Wow, we know Paperboy. Everyone knows Paperboy.
Hubert.
How How about this classic one? Look at this. Check out this 3D tech here. Back when I was a kid, that was a 3D game.
Looks like Marble Madness. What is it?
Zaxxon.
Oh yeah, I remember this game.
Yeah, so here's I'll play a couple seconds. Yep. So here's the ship, and you had to go. I just want to show the ship going like you had to go through those things. So you go up and down, and then go through the ship, and there was three. It was quote unquote 3D, and this is how you knew how tall you were in the shadow on the bottom. But this was like groundbreaking tech at the time. It was like, wow, that was massively cool. Yeah.
Did you guys have any rich friends that when you went over to their house to play their Apple II, you could do like chopper lift and that cool
Zaxxon.
Dungeons and
chopper
Dragons
lift
game? Yeah.
Oh, that was a great game. Yeah, my buddy had. Well, I should go to put Apple. Apple. That's one of the all-time great games. Let's see here. Here's chopper lift. Let's see. Because you go rescue everyone.
Yep.
And then Choplifter. Yep.
That's it. Sorry.
That was a great game. Yeah. Yep. Choplifter. We played this for a lot of hours. Yeah.
Sorry, kids. I didn't have an Apple. I had a Commodore 64. My games came on
Apple.
tapes.
Yeah. So this would show you how many. I think Pat, was this showing you how many people you rescued?
Yeah, and then how many people you crushed.
Yeah, and then you go
landed
fly. I'll play a couple seconds. You'd land and try to rescue people, and then the tanks are shooting, and you could shoot the tank. Oh, that guy's good there. But that was a great 3D game. So you had that one, and then you
what
had
was the Dungeons and Dragons type game? Remember he played it in Big.
Well, that was an Atari Adventure, I think, adventure game.
No, this was something like an Apple game, dude. Because I remember actually playing it.
Well, here's let me show Castle Wolfenstein. This is what that looked like. You walking around.
I thought Wolfenstein looked like Doom. Okay, that's kind of cool.
This was the first Castle Wolfenstein, and you could actually put on a uniform of a Yahtzee and hide and do different things. But this is what it looked like back then. You had joysticks. You could control. Yeah, this was a top-down view. Yep.
There you go.
Choplifter was a great one. Golden Axe. Yep.
Golden Axe.
Sinistar was the first game with the voiceover. Wow, very cool. Yeah. I hunger. What was what game were you mentioning, Pat? Sorry, I'm just.
I don't remember what it was called, but it was like a Dungeons and Dragons type game. It was like a.
Well, Dungeons and Dragons, but it's in Big.
But I definitely remember it was an Apple game because my friend had an Apple, and we'd go over to his house and play it.
Let's see.
And it was in the movie Big. Yeah, Josh was playing it in Big.
Let's see. And they were in the arcade, right?
No, it was at his house before he went to bed. Woke up Big the next day.
Let's see. Let's see if we. That's gonna be a tough one to search because Big is such a common name.
Yes.
Let's see. Movie Big, Tom Hanks. And it was like a D&D adventure game, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cavern of the Evil Wizard.
That could be it.
Let's see. I don't want to. That's probably it. You're standing in the Cavern of the Evil Wizard. Yep. 1988. Yeah, the Apple had some cool. So it's more like an adventure game, I think. Yep.
Yeah.
With and I don't want to play it, but animated, especially because it's from a movie. But
that's okay. I don't need that because I had King's Quest on my Tandy 1000, so that was the bomb.
King's Quest was the best. Yep.
Fall down a well.
If you played King's Quest on the PC Junior, you had 16 colors, boys and girls, and you had 4-voice sound. So the the Tandy 1000 mode was actually a PC Junior mode, which is some trivia that no one needs. But the PC Junior version of King's Quest was actually made specially for the Junior. So you had. I remember playing this game, and I had my junior. Oh God, I love that boot up screen. And yeah, you had 16 colors, and my friend in the house I'm living in now actually grew up in this house. It was like playing it on his dad's computer, and the IBM PC. You're like, oh, it's more money. It's gonna be better. We play King's Quest on that, and it was at 4-color, and the sound wasn't as good. So this was just so cool when I played this and showed this to people. Just play a few seconds of it. They're like, oh my God, look
it's
how
an
cool
ogre.
it's an ogre, yeah. And it was a great 3D.
There you go, Mark. That's Fall Down the Well. You just passed it up.
Yeah. But this, this was just, I played this game for hours and hours as an adventure game. You talk to it, you'd say, take cheese. So
Bobby, did you play this game? Did you get swept down that river?
Oh, no. I don't think I played. I played very few of those kinds of games. But I don't believe so.
Hansel and Gretel here. Let's see. But yeah, it was just, and you had all kinds of puzzles you had to figure out, and then of course at the end of the game, you could win the game, and you could become you became the king at the very end of the game. You had the coronation.
Yeah, because isn't the next game called To Heir as Human? But it's spelled like heir,
exactly,
the heir to the throne.
Yep. So this is you come up, and I remember finally doing this, and you become the king. Yep.
Mark, if I wanted to play that on a modern computer, could I?
Yeah, you can play that. Yeah, you can play it. Yep. You can play it through DOSBox. I don't know if Steam. Take the cheese. Yeah, I don't know if Steam has it, but it must be available somewhere. But it was just funny because I always had the PC Junior, and my friends would make fun of me for like, you have the PC Junior. But when they'd redone
but I
the
could
Junior,
still play it because I lost my DOS.
Oh yeah,
I have no idea where those are. Okay.
Yeah, you can find it. Let's see. Play King's Quest.
In New Orleans, there was a series of computer shops that would sell and fix computers, and it was called A-Prompt. And it just recently closed about 10 years ago. I'm sure nobody in 2012 knew what an A-Prompt meant, but
yeah. Chapter 1 for free. Now I don't know if this is obviously a new game.
Yeah, it looks a little different.
Yeah, it looks a little better than I just showed you. Yep, charming puzzles. But I wonder if they have the original part 1 you could play for free. I'm sure it's out. If you search for it, it's got to be out there. GOG is a great. Here we go. King's Quest 1 to GOG.com. Let me put the link in. Whoop, I hit the wrong thing there.
For a mere $9. All right.
Play all 3 games, yeah.
That's like $3.33 a game. You can't beat that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and I want it to look old school too. I don't want it to look new school. I want to play like what it looked like in 83 or whatever.
Yeah, that's what you get in here, yeah. And you're probably getting the PC Junior version with the better sound and graphics.
There we go.
Sound on, yeah. Score 458, yeah. That's what the graphics looked like back in the day. But it kind of put you in the story, and there was good storytelling in this, and part of it was just the novelty of it, I have to say.
Sure, but there was nothing like it when I was a kid. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, gang, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. I want to wish everybody a happy Easter. If you get a chance, if I could do a quick plug for my friend.
Always, yeah.
Yeah, well, of course, always go see Brandon, Anime Guy. He had to take this Saturday off for family stuff, but we're coming back with a vengeance this week, so check him out. But I did a little show with 24, spoke my piece about Awful Picard, whether it's season 1, 2, or 3. I ain't interested.
We should have talked about that while you were here, Pat, but that's okay.
Yeah. Well, we can next. Why don't we talk about it next week? Because I think it's going to be over after a week or two. So
2 more weeks. But I'm proud of you, buddy. There aren't there aren't too many of us left who are holding the line. So.
I hear you, brother. But I'm proud to be one of them. And then we had a lot of fun. I went through. The boys found a box of comics for $20, so they bought it sight unseen, and I went through it. And there's a lot of. I was hoping for some real Bronze Age stuff. And there are definitely some late 80s, a couple of 87s. So I guess technically Bronze Age ends in 87. 24 said it's kind of a blurry
86.
line. He said definitely probably by 90, you could say it was over with.
Bronze is over by 85-ish, really.
85. Okay, yeah. See, I've heard people go the
it.
other direction. So, but we found some cool stuff, and I was telling Klobby I was all excited because I found, and I didn't even know Image did this, and I watched Klobby talk about Astro City, but I found 4 Astro City comics in it. So cool. I haven't read them yet. They're not in order, but they're beautiful, and I'm looking forward to it. And I have a bad feeling, Klobby, I'm going to get into it because I just like looking at it, dude.
You got to show me really which ones you got because it depends on where you start. I'll let you know where you need to start with number 1, the very first one.
Can I buy some omnibuses and save some money?
Oh, they have trades, and you know what they're doing now. Just over the past year, they've come out with trades that are starting from the very beginning. They've had them before, trades,
yeah,
starting from scratch. It's called Astro City Metro Book, and it's pretty cheap on InStop.trades. I don't know if you do trades much, but
I've played with everything, dude. I've dabbled
don't tell 24, by the way. But it's if you do that sort of thing, then that's a great place.
Just don't mention it to 24.
No, definitely don't.
He's not a fan of facsimiles or trades.
Yeah, I know. But look, dude, the fact of the matter is, I love the guy, but I can't afford to go back and buy a comic book for in 1995. Buy 27 books. It would cost me a mint.
The first one that starts out at the beginning, and they did reprints way back when, of course, over the years. But the first one that starts as far as reading the thing is the first Metro book they did about last year is that's like it's normally like a $30 book at $17 on whatchamacallit, on InStockTrades.com. That's
InStockTrades, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm familiar. Sounds good. Well,
one's cheap on there too. I've got to get those.
I went and watched a couple of blurbs. I'm going to go back and watch your videos. But I read somebody made a great statement, and this is the thing that really sold me. And he said it's probably the last great comic book made, meaning that it was kind of like, the story was still going pretty strong when things started going really crappy in the comic book industry. And that makes me go like, well, I got to see this, right? I got to be part of this action. So,
in my opinion, it exceeds some of Alan Moore's greatest stuff. I mean, it is probably one of the greatest uses of the superhero / pulp superhero mixed genre ever written, ever conceived. Kurt Busiek's, Astro City, some of the greatest stuff ever as far as that genre. As far as how well written and without being deconstructive, like Watchmen and other things.
I hear you. So. Yeah, it's making me excited because I was telling 24 too. Like, I've always been kind of like, Superman, what a Boy Scout. And I kind of realized, like, I'm kind of like, now that I'm a grown up, I'm like, is he really though? And I have to go because I love Superman when I was a kid, right? I saw those movies and they were great and I loved them, and even the bad ones were good when I was a kid. But when you really dive deep into Superman, he's not like that, dude. He's very, very, very complex. So I kind of had that to look forward to too, because I really turned my back on Superman probably when I turned into a teenager. So I never really read all the great Superman stories. I was always a Batman guy. So after Astro City, I think I'm going to try to chew on some of that too. Astro City is definitely a more manageable meal than Superman. Let's be honest. There's a lot less history with that.
It gives you every single superhero trope that has ever been in comic books are in there. And every superhero you could imagine, it's just under different names. All hodgepodge, Marvel, DC, all of it. All hodgepodge, and even other science fiction bumps into one universe. All of it's addressed. It's just like I said, you have they're wearing different clothes with different types of aspects to them. It's all the same tropes and archetypes, written brilliantly, often not even from the perspective of the heroes, but from the perspective of what it would be like to live in a world where that stuff it makes you believe what you're living in that world that's of these heroes that really exist. It's that good.
Dude, we've always played about me coming on one night and talking to you on Monday. Maybe after I go through it and read it, we can kind of look at it as like, hey, here's a guy that looked at it with new eyes, and here's a guy that loved it from the beginning. And maybe get some more people interested in it, man. That would be a real honorable thing to do on a Monday night, I think.
Well, it's on, buddy.
Absolutely. Well, gang, like I said, thank you, Mark. I think had to go take a quick powder.
No, we're good. I got you. Yeah, he's good.
But
thanks,
okay,
dude.
cool. But
I'm back, but yeah.
Thank
you,
but
thank you, Pat. Yep.
Thank you, brothers. It's
I had
always
to refill
been
my
fun.
M&M jar.
All right, buddy.
It's always a good Sunday night when I come on and say I'm only hanging for an hour and I make it to almost.
You had
3.
too much fun, right? You had too much fun.
Well,
I hope you're feeling better too.
I had to stay for this. The Star Wars stuff was depressing, but we had to speak our piece, and I'm glad we ended it on a much happier note, talking about some more fun stuff, and the candy stuff was great too. But y'all have a good Easter. Quick update: PT's going great.
Good.
Had a rough week, guys, from that fall.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Don't fall anymore. That's my big plan because that really messed me up.
You're supposed to use the force, Pat, to grab yourself.
I should. If I could just force float everywhere, I wouldn't even have to worry about the stupid walker anymore. But no, dude, the second time around, I really think I'm getting my strength and stamina back. So it's feeling good, and I'm committed. They got me down for another 4 months at least, 3 days a week. So yeah,
that's good for you though, right?
Yeah, the weight training's pretty weird, like lifting weights with my legs and the ankles and stuff. But even after doing that 2 times, I'm starting to feel a real benefit from it. So
gotta pump you up.
There we go. All right, brothers. Well, look, everybody.
All right, buddy.
Like I said, make sure you check it out. 24 Gary on Pop Culture Minefield. He's killing it, getting bigger every day. Brandon, the anime guy, and I better see at least half of you guys in chat tomorrow on Monday night. If you guys weren't there last Monday night, that was like, I'd put that in the top 5, Klobby. That Justice League stuff. Boy, did that get me pumped up, dude. I've been looking at comics and watching Justice League clips for a week, man. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that, man.
No
Great
problem.
show.
All right, Dad, man. You too, buddy. You have a good one.
Be good, brother.
See y'all later.
Thank you, badass. Have a great week. Appreciate you being here. Thank you. Yep. Good stuff from Badass. Yep. Always great to see him. He'd left now, but this was I posted in this chat a little bit ago. You can actually download King's Quest remake for free. Well, they updated the graphics, but Pat wanted that old school look. And then here's InStock's trade, which Clobbering Times mentioned, so you can get
they've got the books. If you just do a search of Astro City in there.
How many issues of Astro City were there?
Well,
I know they brought them back now, but
the originals. The first run was a 6-issue miniseries.
Okay.
See, if you look like there, Astro City Metro Book 1. That starts from the beginning. And then the second. Then there was after that there was a second mini series, a regular series that lasted for a while. They had several different special series, and then finally, like around 2013, Vertigo, he moved it all over the place. Wildstorm and all this other places, and Image and different places. Eventually, and then that ran from around 2013 to around 2000. I don't want to say 16 or 17. So all told, as far as like issues, if you counted them all just up as Raquel does the 735 and all the different Star Treks, all the different issues, it took them they started in 1995. I think it was 95, and but it took them to like issue number 44 of the Vertigo series in 2000 15 or 16 to get to 100 total issues. So in other words, for that long period of time, it took forever to get to that many because it was like all these, like I said, the only ongoing series that wasn't a special or a mini, that was like 20 something issues. And the rest were minis and specials and things like that until that second ongoing series. So all told, and almost all of them, there's some multiple partners here and there, obviously. But they have a lot of standalone issues and stuff.
Yeah.
And
that's one of your favorites, right? Yep.
It's one. I tell you, it has one of the only comics that ever made me cry. Astro City 1/2. And that the first issue though, Astro City #1, which I bought the first time I bought it. I was a fan of. Did you ever read Marvel's? by
Yeah,
Kurt
the
Busiek and
Kurt Busiek,
Alex
yeah,
Ross.
Yep.
It's very similar to that. A lot of times, that one, of course, wasn't. That first issue was all about basically their version of Superman, Samaritan. But there are a lot of issues that are about people, who are not superheroes living in that superhero world. Marvel was about what it was like. Marvel's was about what it was like to live in a world full of superheroes in the Marvel universe. And even though from the perspective of a photographer, a photojournalist. But they have sometimes there are all kinds of stories that aren't directly about the superhero, but about people who live in the city. And other times they are about from the superhero's perspective as well. They go all over the place. And Astro City is just kind of like this big city, it's sort of like a hodgepodge of mix of Gotham City, Metropolis, New York, Central City, all these other. It's like where all the superheroes live, but of course there's a lot more to it, the whole Earth than that. And it's got everything there, and it's got every single superhero version or trope you can imagine. It's just he disguises them very well. He gives them different types of names, and so hey, Captain Infinity, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Captain Infinity.
Yeah, I'm sorry you get me started on Astro City. I don't stop.
No, you can tell you the passion there that you love it.
I
Yeah,
love this book
that's
so much. That first one, dude. That first issue, without being spoilery, their version of Superman's called Samaritan. It's about an average day in the life of Samaritan, of someone with Superman's, and I'm talking like Silver and Bronze Age Superman's powers, what it would be like for him, and if he really existed, because think about it for a minute. If you had those powers, and you just stop to go have an ice cream cone or go out on a date or go here or there, if you feel the responsibility of it, there are people dying all over the place that you could be prevented from dying. And this is a guy that. He doesn't let himself have a life because of it. So, and he flies so fast, he can be almost everywhere, all over the world. He can't be Clark Kent and go on television or run around doing reporting jobs. He works as a fact checker at a magazine. So he sits in an office all the time, hiding from it and having his computers do all of his work while he's out flying all over the world and stuff. So people barely know him by his secret identity. He's flying. And it takes him like
nonstop, right?
To fly somewhere in the world, it takes him maybe 5 seconds to get there. Sometimes 20 seconds, for the battle. If it's a fight or different things, like he'll fly a whole day and he'll tally up this flying time as 20 something seconds total of the whole day. At 40 seconds the whole day, go all over the place doing all of his Superman type stuff. So it opens up. He's dreaming. He's kind of in his dreams. He flies for fun. This is a guy that can fly, but he dreams about flying because he never gets to use the power.
He's too responsible, right? Yeah,
too responsible. Yeah, it's just brilliant.
Well, hopefully this stream gets the Captain Infinity time seal of
Captain Infinity and beyond.
So hail the Captain Infinity.
Yeah,
no, I got to read. I never read that, so I gotta. Maybe I've read one or two books in passing, but I gotta pick that up and read that. And of course that gets Clobberin times. He knows great comics, and so you can tell the passion when you talk about that one. So definitely pick. And of course you can get, that's probably a lot of comics, and we'd got 18 comics in that book, or no,
this one here has
18 comics for $17. That's pretty.
That's a pretty good price. And I gotta order number 2 because that's $13. It's even cheaper. So and then
let's say book 2.
I'll be up to speed. Even though I have them all anyway, you know what I mean. I still got to get number.
Yeah, well, it's nice to read them that way too, and then you don't. If you have the original comics, you don't trash your original comics then too. Yeah, if it's something you read all the time.
Right. The first book has the first 6-issue miniseries. It has volume 2, and also volume 2 miniseries. And it has number 1 through 12 of the regular.
Yeah.
And I guess it has Astro City one half in there. Well, I should know I have this one. So I'm going to check it out.
You have it, right?
Yeah. So,
And then there's trade, and then Metro Book 3, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to get 2 and 3 now.
Yeah. Well, it's like I love the Wolverine miniseries, so I kept rereading my original issues. And at one point, I'm just going to buy the trade and keep the original ones in the bag, so I don't Of course, they're not in great shape because I've read them so many damn times. I don't want to get them any worse because. Why didn't I buy like 20 issues of that when it came out or whatever? When it was you joke, but like different comics that had, and you had reader copies, and we don't want to mention the comic book person that was tossed around FF #2 last night. We were dying.
Oh my God, that jerk off! Yeah, what an ass!
That was my God,
jerkweed, man.
Throw a comic around like that. That's
it's $30,000 comic. He was flapping around to be funny, throwing it all over the place.
Yeah. It's like people burning money, I guess. Yeah. Craziness. Yeah. Well, I think that's a good point to end the stream tonight. Sorry, Captain Infinity just got here, but we've been going for 3 hours. We had a lot of fun tonight. My friend Jeff is going to burn in hell for his comment, but no, kidding, Jeff. Yeah,
sorry,
I love Jeff. Geoff, yeah.
Too young to go.
Too young to go. I'm going to tease him when I see him next time. Yep. But so to recap, I said Star Trek, new Star Wars, a lot of new Star Wars news. It doesn't look good. I guess if you're a fan of Rey, you're in for a treat. And the Palpatine legacy. We talked about candy, Peeps, Easter omelet. So we had a lot of good food tonight. A lot of fun tonight. The Star Wars video games.
Well, yeah.
Dadman
went on a 20-minute rant.
Yeah,
I
love the
real quick. And Clobby pointed
it
out on Twitter earlier today about that clip with the guy with the Force is not good and evil. I'm like,
yeah.
It just shows you how ignorant they are. Just stupid. I don't know how you describe it, but that was another rejection of the original creator, and all it was good and evil, and just.
Well, it's modernist stuff to not coin a very
modernity. Yeah,
yeah.
It's all this. There's no bad or there's no evil. It's all relative, and I know there's a debate about Gray Jedi when there really weren't. That's another deep topic, but my whole point being that every indication was it was about good and bad. And, if you had any,
it was all about good and bad.
Exactly. If you had any semblance of what the stupid thing was about, it was about good and bad. And, it just shows you how ignorant they are at the heart of it. And when you don't even understand the franchise, but then again, hey, if at the end of the day, if they can make a profit, they don't have the reason to change. But anyway, I just thought it was a good point that Clobby made up. Shared that tweet out there. I'd seen it a few times and meant to get to that earlier. But
by the way, Dearest, I didn't realize that you read Astro City. The Tarnished Angel was a masterpiece. It was great. Is the first? Oh, that's the first Astro. Oops, sorry. It's the first Astro City he read.
Oops, sorry.
That was a great one. That's I always got a kick out of how Alex Ross made him look like Robert Mitchum. Yeah, the tropes of the background. Most of the time, the stories are very character driven. Yeah, but well, that's cool, dude. Yeah, it's great stuff. There's a scene, by the way, in that first one. Again, the guy who's living that life. They're Superman, basically. There's a great scene where he's flying all over the place. It's about his day in his life thing. And he goes and they do like a sort of a play on that first Superman movie when Superman saves the cat from the tree for the little girl. And he gives her the cat, right? He says, I stopped for a second to let her see my face so she knows it's okay. The next shot is him barely saving a guy. It almost cost the man in Boston his life. I mean, he goes, he said, you got to watch it. He's got to go so fast all the time. And it's just an example of how he never has any life whatsoever.
Well, yeah, makes sense
that's
too. When you think about it, that's how it would be, right? Because Clark Kent would never have or Superman, like Clark, if he was, could hear, in the TV show and the comics, they have him using his super hearing and hearing different things going on, and that's why you don't want Superman to get involved in the real world and politics and things like that, because then it just opens up a whole can of worms of what Superman could be doing. So, it's
the things he's done with every. He's taken some of the most ridiculous comic book tropes that you could imagine and made them brilliant. There's an episode with Looney Leo. There's an issue. He's a cartoon, a literally walking cartoon, like out of a Roger Rabbit thing, who was actually given life by magical powers, and he actually has a very grim and gritty backstory, which is brilliant. And yet he's he's a guy living it, and he manages to make it work. You look at that cover, and go, holy shit, and it's just unreal. And yes, he was a Steeljack. It was one of the long stories. It was an old busted up, old washed up old villain who finally got out of jail named Steeljack, and he ends up wound up in a detective mystery as a good guy, but everyone thinks all the villains don't trust him because he's been a bad guy. And on the covers, because Alex Ross does the covers, not the interiors, he just patterned him after old Robert Mitchum, and he looks just like him. Great story, the Steeljack story.
Great.
God, what a great guy. Thank God they've never adapted it into cartoons and movies because they would have ruined it, but it could be great. Yeah.
Well, everyone go read Astro City on Clobbering Times. I'm not telling you to read it, but if you like something that much, it's got to be good. Yep. Well, Dad, man, I appreciate you being here tonight, and the more you rant, the better. That was good.
Cool.
Don't apologize for that. That was really good and good stuff. And we can say about this. We can ask about the goods. Just picture this line. Where are the good Star Wars movies?
Where'd they go?
Right there.
Oh, screw you!
Maybe not right there, but yeah.
Oh God!
Good Star Wars movie. Where'd they go? Yep.
Right there.
Classic. But thank you. Thank you everyone for hanging out with us on this Easter holiday evening. It's been great fun. Big shout out. I started a Patreon, so big shout again to Brian Hepburn and Shooter for being my first two Patreons. So I'll put that in the link again if you want to check that out. Be much appreciated. And doing some you can get some giveaways or coffee mugs and doomsday machines and 3D prints there.
Yeah.
Mrs. Have a good night. I hope you didn't have too much chocolate today. You can get to sleep. Yep.
Oh.
JT Kirk, I hope you get one of those. I'm glad to get you one of those someday, hopefully. But yeah, check out the Patreon. And Dadman, let me put your link in the chat so everyone. Dadman made 200 subs, which is awesome.
Yay! I got another one tonight at 203.
Sweet. There you go. Rolling. So you've been doing a great job with your channel and having a lot of fun.
Thanks.
So that's no surprise there. So what you got coming up for your next show? Why don't you let us know? Yep.
If you don't mind, I put something to share. If you don't mind, Monday and Tuesday
here you go.
Monday and Tuesdays will be game streams off and on at different times. But Wednesday night, I'm going to do another chillin' stream with Theme Park Edition with the great Lorena Creole and Theme Park Casual on Wednesday night. Awesome. Drop by, hang out. We're going to talk some fun things with theme parks. Maybe a little bit different than you see on a lot of them, and some personal experiences, stuff like that. But that's one of our big shows this week. And then on Friday, I've got Whoopa Troopa, and we're talking XFL football, and and then
is this true? The missus had no candy today. That's inconceivable.
That's true.
That's impressive.
We've been very good today. We've.
Wow.
So we've actually been on a good
better
behavior.
Man than me, Dad man.
Well, I don't know. Maybe Wednesday I'll break loose and have a little bit, but hey, you never know. So that's too funny. Yeah, it's true. She's not lying. She wouldn't lie about stuff like that. She's good with that.
I know. I'm just teasing.
Yeah, but that's the big stuff. That's the big stuff I have in the next week. So, but I got another show on Wednesday. And coming up probably in May. I think I'll be cutting back a little bit.
Hey, look who's here. Sorry to interrupt. Tom's here. Hey, happy Easter, Tom.
Welcome.
Hey, Tom. What's up, dude?
Glad to have you here. Yep. Hope you had a great Easter. Yep.
So, but anyway, we're going to be taking a big vacation up through the middle of America in May and June. So it'll probably slow down a little bit around. So I'm trying to get a lot in now before that happens. So, but thank you everybody for your support. Mark, Clobby, y'all are two great human beings, and thank you for all y'all's support.
Oh, much appreciated. Much appreciated. Right back at you. So,
and by the way, real quick, folks, go followed Mark on Twitch also. If you want him to get monetized in other ways, he's 18 followers, because they call followers over on Twitch, and all you have to do is click the button. You don't have to join or anything, but follow Mark on Twitch. He can get to 50 and start watching him over there too, and you can qualify to get monetization on Twitch at 50 followers. So I will keep pushing that out for you, Mark.
Yeah, thank you for that. Yep, yeah,
exactly. So
because we are streaming to Twitch right now too, so I
yes.
just posted that as well, and of course our late night fortnights are there as well. So
absolutely,
yeah. Beware the thoughts on Twitch. Yeah, you got to be
Mark,
careful. Yeah.
Mark is all high quality and family entertainment. So
Yeah, except I did swear tonight. I did put an F-bomb into the.
Nah, you'll be okay.
I don't know how I'll be okay.
You're okay with that over there. Yeah,
I can't believe I did that on Easter Sunday. Well, maybe it was after. Maybe it wasn't Easter Sunday. Hopefully.
Well, you were just passionate. That's all.
And also want to thank obviously my good buddy Clobbering Times for being here tonight.
It's clobbering time.
Well, thanks
what
for
you got?
me.
Thank you. What you got going on Monday night?
Well, we have a double feature this week on Monday night. Mark C. Comics Talk, a special early show at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. The great J-Man joins me for an excursion to Earth B. Earth Bob Haney. That's right, for another Zany Haney classic comics review. This week we'll review Brave and the Bold number 134 from 1977. It's a bonkers classic, like all the craziest comic writer who ever lived, and we have a lot of fun doing these reviews. So, yes, those Batman and Green Arrow. This one is, wow, it's something. Anyway, we'll take it off there. But there we go.
Oh, it's great.
So,
and then of course,
putting
that up. Yep.
Well, I'll be on it at 9 p.m. Central as well. After that, to do my regular hour of Mark C. Comics Talk, and then of course throughout the course of the week, all kind of stuff. I'll be on every night at some point.
Great. That's awesome. Yep. Much appreciated. Yeah. So Lisa, I went to school with John Gilchrist, who was Mikey, and So they all said, didn't you die of Pop Rocks and soda? So we'd been at a party and someone come up and be like, "Aren't you dead?" So I said, "MF, or do I look?" He goes like, "MF, or do I look like I'm dead?" You get mad at after a while you get mad at people coming up to you and saying, "Aren't you dead?" So yeah, that's what that was in reference. So rewind. I don't know where the heck that was in the stream at one point, but it's in there. Yeah, that was fun. So let me show real quick. I better show my my Patreon, just show what you can get, what we got going on there. And I'm going to start posting now that I have 2 patrons. I'm going to start posting a lot more stuff. But it's a fun way to post pictures, images, videos, and just chat with people and have a thread going there, which is really nice. So here's the present screen. So, of course, I have accept all the permissions here. Yep. So we've got the ever-loving blue-eyed level. They yell at you, but we offered a $1 a month streamers. They're like, you can't do it. We really don't suggest a $1 a month, but screw them. So we got a $1, $2. You get a sticker with that, which is kind of fun, of the Doomsday Machine. I'm going to put downloads and pictures you can download of some of the stuff that I'm working on. And for the $20 a month one, you get a Doomsday coffee mug, which is really cool, with that image of the Doomsday Machine. And also I'm going to give print, one 3D print each month and send it out to people. Have to be US based, or I guess we could work it out if you're out of the country, because the shipping is going to be expensive with that. And then I'm going to offer in a few weeks, you can get a Doomsday Machine if you sub for 2 months through Patreon. You have like a special offer. This is a special offer. So, I wouldn't expect people to do that for very long, but you could do that for 2 months to get a Doomsday Machine and the coffee mug and the other stuff that comes with it. But so that's the Patreon link. And just appreciate hey, I appreciate anyone just hanging out with us tonight. That's just so much fun. Always appreciate people headed to the channel. And let me give shout outs. So of course we've got Lisa was here for that, but the F-bomb went over the head. Well, that was my Catholic school maybe I didn't pronounce it correctly. Yeah, I was hiding the F-bomb. Yep. But thank you, Lisa, for being here. Thank you, Donnie. Happy Easter. Tom stopping by. Thank you, Tom. Darius, great hanging out with you tonight. Comments are really much appreciated. And thank you. Yeah, good thing I can be one of them. Thank you. Who else? Lenrod was here. Jonah Hex, Zachariah. Brian, thank you for being Patreon again. Did I say Lenrod? JT Kirk, the Missus, and Mr. Dadman walking. Your Muslim uncle.
Yay.
Hungry Boy. Captain Finity and beyond. Joe's Atmosphere. Thank you, Joe. And check out Joe's channel. His links are to his channel in the chat. He's got a great channel going. Let's see, who else am I missing on this Easter Sunday? I think I've got everyone that's recent in the chat are still active. Geoff was here. Of course, thank you again to Pat Else for being here. Trying to think. And Shooter stopped by. JT Kirk. Wolfie. Thank you, Wolfie. Matthew Pounder. And Tim's Talk. Yep. Check out Tim's great channel. Great stuff on his channel as well. The Stream Elements bot. Thank you for being with us tonight. Stream Elements bot. Claude was here. Claude.
Minimus was here.
Minimus Prime was here. Yep. Who am I forgetting, clobbering times? I know I got to be.
Oh, we run the chat back.
My goodness gracious! Courtney was streaming with us tonight. I forgot to mention.
Yeah, Courtney. Yeah, and Pat S. Of course.
And Pat S. Yep. So Courtney, thank you for being with us.
Yeah,
Courtney. Thank you for
you got us. As many as you could good under the circumstances. I think you're good.
I'm forgetting someone else too. We got Courtney. Eric K was here and Kirby. Thank you, Eric K. And I forgot to mention Maddie's daddy was in the chat, so I can't.
He was, yeah.
My good buds here. Lightning is going to strike if I don't mention Maddie's daddy. And I think I got everyone. I hope I got everyone. Well, if I forgot someone, it's not on purpose. But yeah, thank you, everyone. And before we get out of here, I got to play my new montage I put together. If you're a Star Trek fan, DS9 fan, I put together every instance of Lita on Star Trek Deep Space Nine saying, "Oh, Rom." So here we go.
Oh, Rom.
Oh, that's the. Where's the line?
Oh, Rom. Oh, Rom. Oh, Rom. Oh, Rom. Oh, Rom. Oh.
All right. Well, technically, the last two weren't all ROMs, but I had to add.
Dang.
Add that one in. So, yeah, the lovely Lita. God, she's gorgeous. But that was just that's just hysterical. Yeah, just hysterical. So yeah, we had to get that in there. So, but yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Happy Easter, happy Passover. Hope everyone has a great week. Great week coming up. Hungry Boy. Oh, the pain. Yeah, yeah. Hamster death sound. Yeah, that's got to be one of the craziest. I'm driving everyone away. Yes.
Oh my God.
So yeah, you can't have too much fun with that. Yeah, pregnant cats during birth are easy to listen to. All right. Well, on that note, I'm gonna throw the overlay up, and we're gonna have the Blues Brothers get us out of here. But it was a lot of fun tonight. Happy Easter, everyone. Oh, I was gonna show this website where they did the Easter eggs. I forgot, but that's okay. But yeah, happy Easter. You gotta have superhero Easter eggs, right? So everyone take care. Have a great week. Thanks again for everyone for being here. Be good.
Good night, everybody.
Take care.
Good night.
Fun storming the castle.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
here. It's over. Go home.